provide primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Tiger fans are on their feet.
As they should be.
He pulls it in for the 25-yard touchdown. In Erie, Colorado, you are title town today. Tigers are on top by 2 scores.
Hello and welcome into a snowy, cold Saturday for 4A semifinal action, and it is a rematch and it is a rivalry, and it's Erie as they take on Montrose for the right to go to the state championship. Well, welcome in. I'm Brandon Bird. Alongside me is Dylan Richardson and Ian McGuire, and we have a fun broadcast for you here today. At the last minute, we obtained some rights to broadcast this game, and so here we are broadcasting away, and it should be a fun one here today. And well, Dylan, they say this is football weather.
Oh, exactly. Perfect football weather out here. This is going to be a very interesting game. I kind of, way back in time, I was like, what if there was an Erie versus Montrose semifinal game in the snow? And I thought that, and I said it out loud, and it has materialized, and this is going to be a super fun game.
Well, this game has all the makings of what has become a really good rivalry. There is some heated blood, and that might be a little bit of an understatement, between these two programs. Of course, it all goes back to a couple years ago when Erie had the miracle comeback for the ages, and then Montrose came back again the next year, and they whooped up pretty good on Erie, especially their offense. And then earlier this year, they clashed up in Montrose. Montrose was up early, but the Tigers would come back. They'd win it. And that leads us to today. And, we caught up. We had a couple guys on a special secret assignment to do a little bit of an in-depth look at this rivalry.
Sophomore year when we beat them, they were pretty salty, pretty dirty. I'd get hit late in the head after plays, after I throw. So it's just bad blood against them.
Usual little dummy onside kick. The question is, do they do it here? And they will. Here's the little poocher toward the sideline. The Tigers get it. They get it, and they run it up the sideline. Oh,
that onside kick was legendary. Probably the greatest Erie high school play of all time.
Him to his left, too wide to each side. Barnett catches, looks, now flush to his left, has a man in the end zone, it's clicked there, he catches for a touchdown with
play because we got to the line really quick and then kind of went and said go.
Snap the ball, Barnett will run it to the left side, trying to get to the corner, he dives across the goal line, and he scores! And here's the play action. Oh, they'll run the little reverse, it's, a fumble! The Tigers, did they jump on it before it went out of bounds? They did!
It's fun when you beat them, but it sucks even worse when you lose to them.
And that will do it as time runs out. Now it goes up. And there's the kneel. Montrose firing off the ball there.
Get to see Erie in the semifinals.
Wow,
a number
easy.
2 seed.
Gotta play first.
I understand, but I'm ready. I'm excited for the Erie game.
Erie has the quarterback Jake Barnett, I believe.
Yeah.
I have not been less impressed with the class of high school players shown in my whole life.
Yeah.
I've not seen such a poor display of sportsmanship from anybody at that level.
It would be interesting to see how he plays against other teams, or if it's just a hatred of Montrose.
Yeah.
All right, so there you got a little taste of the bad blood coming in from both sides. Well, we are continuing to roll on here with our pregame show. Let's take a little peek at the bracket here in 4A. As, it's down to just 2 games here today. And you see up top there, Palmer Ridge, they're taking on Broomfield. We'll try and update you with those scores. And then the winner of this game takes on the winner of that game. and that will be an 11 o'clock kickoff next week up in Fort Collins at Canvas Stadium up there. I have not been up there yet, so hopefully we'll have a broadcast there next week. We'll find out for sure. But I don't know. A lot of nerves going through this building. The snow crew was here at like 4:30 in the morning trying to clear the field. And at about 7 or 8:30, I got a call. It's like, it feels like we haven't even made a dent. But looking at this field, they did a great job clearing that field of snow.
Yeah, it's a good job by them. They were out here shoveling even up until about 10:30, 11. They had 50 people out there with snow shovels just pushing snow off the field, and it's in great condition. Turf field, so it'll stay warm enough that hopefully it'll keep snow off of it through the game, unless it really starts snowing. But for now, it looks good, and it looks ready to host the semifinal game.
Well, our own Ian McGuire broke down some film about why this offense has been so effective.
Welcome into the film room, Tiger fans. I'm Ian McGuire, and we're going to go over some plays that led to Tiger touchdowns. Here we go. Now, to start things off, the Tigers will line up in trips to the left side and one man to the right, which isn't important. But the trips on the left side, you'll see a wide open slant. That's an easy path to the end zone, but why does that happen? If you go back, you'll take a look and see that the two outside receivers will run a crossing pattern, and although the DBs want to switch, they don't. And off of that miscommunication, the Tigers score. Now the next play, the Tigers, you'll see that there's not a deep safety on this play for Monarch. And so Blake knows that. He knows Terranova is on a deep route, and he's actually got two men open in the middle of the field as well. But he knows his money ball is the deep ball, and he will throw deep to Terranova across the middle for a touchdown with nobody on him, nobody in sight. Now this next play is in that blowout win against Windsor that the Tigers had a few weeks back. You'll see a nice open route to the end zone for Alex Sweeney from Barnett. But how does he get that open? You'll see here they're playing man coverage, and although he's on an out, Blake will actually motion him to run the go off of that. So an out and up, right here he motions, and it's just too wide open in man coverage for a Tiger score. On this play, you're going to see another Blake Barnett deep ball across the middle, just like you saw to Terranova against Monarch, but here it's to Sweeney, and here's the play design. Kave Meredith running across the field towards the bottom of your screen, and a deep route up top on the left side of the field. That draws both safeties to the sides of the field, leaving the middle of the field exposed. You can see that massive surface area right there of exposed field, and he connects to Sweeney for the easy touchdown. Let's watch that one more time. Safeties running out wide, and the middle of the field is wide open for Sweeney to score. In terms of play development and play design, there's not a lot to break down on this play. However, this is just a great play to watch, and it's certainly a highlight for the year. Barnett throwing the ball well over 50 yards into the end zone off of a scramble, but how does this get set up, and why does this happen? So you'll see off the snap initially, there are two men wide open in the middle of the field on posts, and you've got a running back out here in the flat on a wheel that's open, but the issue is Barnett's running for his life. And once he picks up that block right there, he has the arm strength, unfortunately for opposing defenses, to make this play, which most quarterbacks can't, but it's a Tiger score. This play comes from the Longmont game where Blake Barnett broke the Colorado touchdown record previously held by Christian McCaffrey. This right here is a Gavin Lusk wheel route from Barnett, and what happens here, when Barnett takes the snap, he feels initial pressure right here, and this linebacker up at the 20-yard line marker is supposed to be guarding Gavin Lusk. However, when Barnett rolls out, he has a decision to make. He can either go and try to take Blake down, or he can stay on Gavin. Now the linebacker here thinks that he has safety help up top, so he chooses Blake, but unfortunately for him, the Longmont safeties are already tangled up in Erie receivers. Thank you, Tigers fans, for joining me on the first edition of Film Room, and we hope to see you back next week.
All right, thank you, Ian, for that look in our film room. And, Ian, one of the interesting storylines here is that Erie really hasn't faced any adversity maybe since that Montrose game earlier this year where they were down a little bit early, kind of some trick plays that work for Montrose. The question is, we've seen their offense hum pretty well here over the course of the last couple months, but they'll have a real test today. And how do you think that offense holds up under that test?
Yeah, well, one benefit, I think, of having that somewhat easy schedule since the Montrose game is that they've been able to try out different offensive schemes and see what works. And they found that if they can find space in the middle of the field for their slot receivers, or today with the snow being a big factor, outside runs are going to be the key to the game.
You know, Dylan or Ian, either of you can chip in here. This matchup today, the snow in the background, them wearing white uniforms and being misdirection. Do we think the weather is an advantage for Montrose? And then on top of that, just kind of the contrast in uniform to the background.
I personally don't think that the uniform is going to make that big of a difference in this game, but I think the weather does give Montrose an inherent advantage. When you think about the triple option, you think about snow. And Montrose runs the triple option, and it's in the snow. They don't have to worry as much about the ball in the air and potentially drop passes because of a wet ball. And because of that, I think Montrose could have an advantage. But on the other side, the Tigers have had a really good run game all season, something that they didn't have as much of last year. And so I think the weather is going to affect the game, but I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference.
By the way, if you're just tuning in, I saw in our chat a little bit some questions about this. NFHS decided due to the weather that they did not want to send a crew out here. So last minute they withdrew, and we picked up the video rights. We quickly scrambled to get a crew and some cameramen here to kind of hopefully rotate in and out of the cold up on top. So we will have full video and replay and graphics and all that good stuff here today. So good job by the crew and everyone kind of scrambling together to get this broadcast ready to go. Well, we are about half an hour away from kickoff here. We're going to take our first time out of our pregame show. We'll be back on the Erie Tiger Network.
You are watching the ETN.
Have you ever been watching an Erie sports broadcast and thought, wow, look how well this camera tracks this play. Look how tastefully this cut was made. I wish I could be a part of the amazing, talented, and gorgeous group of people that puts on these broadcasts. Well, you can. These broadcasts are put together by the amazing students of the Erie Tiger Network, and you can join. Just make sure to choose the Erie Tiger Network live class when choosing your schedule for next year. You don't have to take my word for how great it is. Just look at Braden.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest. Hey, Bern. Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
And welcome back in to the Erie Tiger Network on a chilly, snowy Saturday afternoon here in Erie for the right to play for the state championship. Brandon Bird, Ian McGuire, Dylan Richardson here with you. And, well, one of the things that we wanted to talk about, we don't have a graphic for it or anything, our picks today. Looking across, obviously not a ton of games to pick from in 4A. But we'll also delve a little bit into 5A as well.
I think at least one of the 5A games was last night. Maybe both of the 5A games. I think they really like to play on Friday nights.
Yeah, Cherry Creek plays Ralston today, and Columbine beat Chatfield 35-16 last night. So Columbine will be into the state championship. Cherry Creek, Ralston will start there. What are you thinking there?
I think it's got to be Cherry Creek, unfortunately. I mean, not that I don't like Cherry Creek. I would like to see somebody else win a state championship for once. But they're really good.
Yeah, they're not maybe classically hateable, but I think the whole state is pulling for an upset. Wouldn't you say, Ian?
I would imagine, yeah. Cherry Creek, how many years in a row would this be?
This would be 5.
5, yeah. No, I mean, as a tennis player too, they've won over 50 state championships, and it gets old in every sport. So, you know, I think Cherry Creek's the pick.
Yeah, Cherry. Yeah. I just don't see Cherry Creek dropping one today. However, my wife went to Ralston, so pulling for the old Mustangs. Green Mountain, they're playing Lutheran in the 3A semifinal. This is going to be a good one, I think. Could see it going either way. You have, I think, Green Mountain, the 1 seed, Lutheran, the 5 seed. What's your thoughts there, Dylan?
I think Lutheran could pull up an upset. I think as a private school, they have somewhat of an advantage, but Green Mountain is just really good. They're a number 1 seed for a reason. I think they can get to that state final game.
And Green Mountain was my pick to win it all here in this one. I know you guys picked Holy Family, and they're playing the other game, Holy Family versus Thompson Valley, and the other 3A final. Who do you got there?
I think Holy Family is good. They beat Broomfield early in this year. Broomfield in the semifinal game in 4A. Thompson Valley, they're number 3 seed for a reason too, but I think Holy Family will go to that state championship game.
I agree. I'm going to stick with my pick here and say Holy Family. Their strength of schedule, they've proven a lot. They beat Broomfield, like you said, Dylan, and I don't think that any 3A team is going to beat them.
Well, I'm going to go with Holy Family as well. I think we will see a Holy Family Green Mountain showdown for the ages. In 2A, because why not? It's the state championship here today. It's Delta versus Rifle. That game was moved over to the western slope, and rightfully so, considering the weather and the fact that you have 2 western slope teams. You have Delta, the 1 seed, Rifle, the 3 seed. Who are you guys picking in this one?
I don't know anything about 2A football, but I like upsets, so I'm going to go with Rifle.
Yeah, we're getting our radio friends saying Delta's going to take it to them. So we're gonna trust our Western Slope compadres out there. So, by the way, Delta did knock off Moffat County 28-10 last week. Rifle knocked off Eaton 24-15 to get here today. In the 1A ranks, I believe actually that one was played or is being played today, and it's Lyman versus Strasburg. Lyman beat Meeker 28-7 last week. They're the 1 seed. Strasburg, Coach Geiger's old school, they snuck by Ray 28-27 to get into the state championship here. I don't know. It kind of just feels like one of those years where the 1 seeds really have firm control.
Yeah, I agree. Lyman is – I don't know. Again, I don't pay attention to much else other than 4A, 5A, but I think Lyman will win that one.
By the way, Mancos last night. Sorry, I skipped you there, Ian. What do you got?
No, you're all good. I was going to say, just based off of the scores in the semifinals, Lyman looks a lot stronger. I agree with you guys here.
Oh, an 8-man last night was the state championship. Mancos big over the Haxton Bulldogs, 40-0 in the 8-man state championship. And Stratton beat Cheyenne Wells in the 6-man state championship, 69-14. That brings us to our semifinals here today. We'll go to the top of the bracket. It's Palmer Ridge as they take on the 4-seed Broomfield. Who do you guys have in that one?
Well, I'm going to take You know, that's tough. Palmer Ridge, I haven't watched enough Palmer Ridge to say confidently. I know they're the 1 seed, but Broomfield, I think, since that Erie game has had some revenge on their mind. They've been playing on a different level. I think I might take Broomfield with the upset here.
Personally, I don't know what to think about this game. I think Palmer Ridge and Broomfield are very evenly matched in their schedules and the way they play, but because of the snow and the fact that it's in Monument, I think Palmer Ridge will be going to the state championship game.
Man, this is I think that Palmer Ridge is going to be the winner here, but I kind of think Broomfield's the more talented team. I don't really know. I haven't seen enough Palmer Ridge this year to know for sure. So that'll be fun if it's either team next week. Erie would have a special and unique history if they're able to win today and they move on to that game and they would play either one of those teams. That would create some great storylines. I know that Montrose, they probably feel like they're on a revenge tour. They want to beat Erie today. They lost to them earlier this season. They want to beat probably Palmer Ridge, I'm guessing, is who they would want, as they lost by them to 1 point earlier in the year. So interesting storylines regardless of who comes out of the game today. And, of course, that leads us to this game. It's Erie versus Montrose, a rematch that we saw earlier in the season. What was that, game number 2 or 3, all the way back in September? And who do you got in that one?
Man, Erie is just so strong that, and I know we're Erie broadcasters, but Erie, I just can't go against. I can't pick a team that's not Erie in this bracket.
Yeah, I think Montrose is a really good team. I think sneaky, Erie and Montrose are the 2 best teams in 4A right now. Palmer Ridge, they haven't lost this year, but I think Erie and Montrose are just really strong in the way they play the game. And Montrose, they run that option so well. But I think in this game, the Erie defense has found another level from when they played Montrose earlier this year, and I think that will be why they win this game today.
All right, I'm not going to submit a pick. All I'll say is if you are going to drop conditions and your Montrose, these are the conditions that you drop. So I think that makes an added element, a wrinkle to today's game. We will obviously see how that unfolds. We want to mention some sponsors here on the broadcast real quick. Special thanks. By the way, you can donate to the Erie Tiger Network, help us buy some more equipment and stuff as we roll on. Click on that donation link in the description of this YouTube video. We also, our goal today is get over 100 likes on our YouTube video. So let's do that. 100 likes here today. Subscribe to the Erie Tiger Network, and let's keep that rolling. If you would love to be a scoreboard sponsor on the Booster Club, you can scan the QR code, and that will give you information to how to be a scoreboard sponsor in the stadium, the brand new scoreboard that we have up. So if you're interested in that, scan that. We would appreciate that. Also, the Meter Masters, they are nice enough they were one of the donations on that donation link. So a special thanks to the Meter Master Foundation and Mike Meters for their donation. Yeah, that was huge for us. We appreciate all the donations here. We also got a donation from Exteriors Now. So thank you to our business sponsors that have donated to the Erie Tiger Network, just especially for this playoff run. And a couple more. We want to let you know that this broadcast is being syndicated out in Grand Junction on NBC Grand Broadcasting. So we wanted to give them a thanks. They're going to make a little donation to our program as well for picking up our live feed. So thanks to our friends out on the Western Slope. Should be a good one here today. We're going to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll have a little story on the O-line, and we'll go over some stats going into this one here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Are you tired of living your life with constant aches and pains? Worth Chiropractic understands your pain and is here to help you reclaim your life. Dry needling, cupping, adjustments, and rehab are all things we specialize in. If you have a problem, we can find a solution. Worth Chiropractic, helping Erie one patient at a time.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today. Hi, Brandon Bird here, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Moon Holistics, and specifically the owner, Mike Moon. We have been friends for over 20 years now, and I can personally attest to what a great man of character he is, and he is someone that will care deeply about getting you and your health to where it needs to be from a holistic approach. So I encourage you to partner with him in search for any of your holistic health needs. Just check him out online. And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. You see the Montrose crowd filling nicely. How about that? A pretty good crowd considering the weather and the drive over the mountains. Not a drive I would want to make today, but I got to give them props for showing up and showing out here. Well, let's take a look at a couple things. We want to go over some playoff stats that Blake has had throughout his career here. 8 games played, a 6-2 record, 1,400 yards passing, 759 yards rushing. That's almost 100 yards a game. 21 total touchdowns between passing and rushing, and only 4 interceptions. Just seems like Blake has a penchant for elevating his game in big moments. And, well, I know if you're an Erie fan, guess what? Regardless of what happens today, this is the last game he will play in Tiger Stadium.
That's true. You know, Blake has that Jimmy Butler playoff killer instinct. You know what I'm talking about? He always steps his game up so much. And, of course, he's impressive in the regular season, but playoffs is just a different level. By the way, we saw a stat last game about his interceptions in the playoffs. Multiple interceptions came in the state championship game, and he's been very good at protecting the ball in recent years.
Well, he couldn't do any of that without his O-line, and we had a couple girls in our Erie Tiger Network class do a story on that O-line and those slew of juniors that have come together this season.
Well, a lot of these guys have played together for a long time.
As a team, just by coming together and just becoming better friends.
All around a great team all year.
Became more friends, and we've kind of liked each other more.
We have a lot of chemistry built up so far, and we're just going to keep building that.
The biggest thing is our communication is getting better. You know, you can see guys or hear guys communicating out there, and then they're always thinking.
We can always improve our footwork, we can always improve our mentality, just everything all around.
I think getting in the film room and kind of looking at film and looking at how our opponent's going to be, it's kind of made that us improve in that way.
Also a lot of room for improvement, and we look at that on film, and then we just practice every day so we get better.
Cade has made an impact because, he's the only senior in our position group, and I feel like all of us have kind of looked up to him.
Anyone ever have?
A lot of these guys have played together for a long.
And Emily and Ginevera for doing that story for us. Well, we are about 11 minutes from kickoff here. That O-line, we just saw a story on that O-line, just as a little commentary piece. That O-line has been excellent this year. We saw them down in Florida, and it seemed like, okay, this could be a struggle. You have a bunch of juniors starting on the O-line, not a ton of experience, and And then you saw what happened in Florida. Well, you look at Vanguard. They are in the regional championship in the state of Florida for their classification. So turns out they're no scrub either, and they had some big boys. And when you ask them, they say that was probably the toughest O-line or D-line they faced all year. But they've done a great job kind of just coming together, meshing, and continue to get better every week.
Yeah, the O-line really has been a great improving point for the Tigers this year. The O-line definitely was struggling a little bit last year. They've been really good this year. Barnett hasn't been pressured as much as we saw last year, and when he's been pressured, he's been able to get outside of the tackle box because of how well the offensive line has been doing.
Well, it feels like this game has been on a collision course since the start of the season. You have Montrose coming in as the 3 seed, Erie the 2 seed. You look at what they've done in the playoffs so far. Montrose almost got by Pueblo West after leading 28-0 in that one, and then they took care of business the next week against Windsor. But they have won 9 straight games coming into this one. I believe they're 1-2 against Erie. Maybe John, our graphic creator, being a little bit presumptuous there, at least in the last couple of years. This will be matchup number 4 in the last 3 seasons. And the second semifinal game, and you remember that one just a couple years ago, that was probably the best football game I have ever witnessed in my entire life. We're going to take the national anthem live here in Stadium. It is Gabe Soto that will be performing today's national anthem on his guitar.
And oh, say, can you see above the dawn, early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad strides and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free in the home of the parade?
All right, thank you, Gabe. That's a tough one to perform in this cold. And let me tell you something. The last couple performers that we've had that have stood out on the track, they've had a really hard time from it's delayed. So it makes you feel like you're slurring your own words. I can't even imagine how difficult that is. And Gabe did an excellent job there. We are going to take another timeout. When we come back, we will have maybe some final thoughts and kickoff here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at genrealty.com.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Bro, my teacher's about to be so mad.
Nah, it's cool, bro. It's fine.
Bro, it's the 4th time we've been late this week.
They don't care, bro. It's cool.
But being late is not cool. Be on time after lunch, Tigers.
Hey, Mr. Bud.
Gentlemen, late again?
Do you believe in nurturing the talents of our future broadcasters? Your support can make all the difference. By donating to the ETN, you empower students to create, inspire, and engage.
Contribution fuels innovation and learning.
Every dollar counts. Your generosity shapes our future broadcasters and helps us bring you high-quality broadcasts. Help us to continue to tell the stories that matter. Thank you.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
I wasn't born a leader.
It wasn't given to me.
I couldn't buy it.
How'd I get here?
I decided.
I decided.
Decide to lead as an Army officer.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. You can see the Tigers about to run through the tunnel here in a crowd. Well, last time we had the semifinal here against Montrose, there was not an empty seat in the house. I think a few more people tuning into the stream today, especially now since we have the rights. If you're just tuning in, I know since we last mentioned this, about 200 more of you have popped on. This is the stream today. NFHS last minute decided they did not want to send a crew out into the snow, and so we are doing the live stream today. So, just wanted to give you that heads up. We're excited to bring you the rights today. And we did mention when we had about 150 viewers instead of now the 575 that we have, our goals today is to get 100 likes on this video. So if you're tuning in, be sure to like the video. I don't think we've ever gotten to 100 likes, so we would love to reach that number here today. Well, the Tigers are on the field. Montrose is out there on the field. We are all set and ready to rock and roll here in Tiger Stadium. And any last-minute thoughts, boys?
This is going to be an incredible game all around. I think these are two really, really good teams. This is going to be the best game we've seen this year since the last Montrose game. And because of that, I hope you guys tune in. I hope you guys have a lot of fun watching this game. I know I'm going to have fun watching this game no matter which way it goes. And I'm just excited to watch.
All right, so Montrose will kick it off here to the Tigers. And, well, we should have some fun. Back to receive is Alex Sweeney for the Tigers. For those of you listening at home on the radio, Montrose will be going right to left on your radio dial. They're wearing their white uniforms with the red helmets. Tigers in all black with orange helmets. And for some reason, our clock says 20 minutes, so we're going to have to see if we can figure that out. So if you're watching live, we will try and fix our game clock, and I'm not sure totally what happened there other than we may have frozen out on our scoreboard, just like the weather. Sweeney will take this around the 10. He'll stretch it out to the near side, trying to get up the sideline, and he is corralled out of bounds across the 30, and that is where the Tigers will take over on their first possession of the game.
And these first couple plays are going to show how this game is going to go for the Tigers. Will they be focused on the ground, or will they be willing to go in the air and maybe take a couple chances?
So the Tigers will come out, ball spotted on the near hash. As we mentioned, we are broadcasting this back for our friends NBC Grand Broadcasting back in Grand Junction. By the way, that was the Taco Time opening kickoff for them. So we said we'd get a couple ad reads in. Barnett in the shotgun from the near hash, too wide to the far side on 1st and 10. First play from scrimmage. Barnett trying to get the Red Hawks to jump. Now he'll take the snap, runs read, gives it to Lusk. Lusk fights his way through a hole and dives his way forward for a gain of about 7 on first down.
Yeah, and a good start for the Tigers on the ground. Would like to see Gavin Lusk get going early. If you're a Tigers fan, Montrose needs to find a way to stuff up that middle and deny the Tigers that inside running game.
2nd and 3 here for Erie. Ball spotted at the 37 between the hashes. Too wide here to the near side. Barnett in the shotgun, flanked there by Lusk. Takes the snap, runs read again, gives it to Lusk. Lusk has a bounce, it stiff arms a man in the backfield, gets first down yardage and more out along the left hash across the 40 out to the 46-yard line. And so a pickup there of 9 for Gavin, and he was dead in the backfield.
Yeah, that was a great job just getting that stiff arm out there by Gavin Lusk, as there is an injured Red Hawk on the field.
Yeah, an injured Red Hawk on the field. And let's see here. They're going to take a look at him. We'll stay right here. Tiger fans, you can follow us for some updates. We'll try and be on top of that today as best we can on social media. You can find us at Erie Tiger Media on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. And so, by the way, you guys crushed it, 122 likes. It's the first time we've ever crossed that number here on the ETN. So thank you. Click on that link in the donation. That would really help us out. We want to purchase a little bit more equipment. We did not have the streaming rights till real late, so we're limited to only a couple cameras here today. That's why maybe you don't see some of our patented sideline cameras or our drone cam out there like we've seen the last couple weeks. So this says 2nd and 10. I'm pretty sure it's 1st and 10. By the way, the clock not working on our scoreboard. We'll try and get that corrected. 1st and 10. Barnett takes it, runs read again, gives it to Lusk. Lusk stopped in the backfield, lurches forward to the original line of scrimmage, and that is where he will be bottled up at 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that's a great job tackling behind the line and in the trenches by Montrose, and that is what their defense needs to get the Tiger offense off schedule.
I have to fix it. So 2nd and 10 now for Erie. It's been all runs by Lusk so far. Barnett, the shotgun, takes it, runs read. He's going to keep it, and he runs right into a wall of white shirts. And so a loss of 1 there for Blake Barnett, and that'll bring up 3rd and 11. And Blake a little bit slow to get up.
And the down marker was way behind. It's going to be 3rd and long for the Tigers. First time in this game. Will they go to the air? That is the question.
Yeah, I think both teams going to want to establish the ground game tonight, or this today, with the weather like it is. Third and 11. Barnett drops back to pass, looking down the field. He's going to throw the fade down the sideline, and the back shoulder catch there by Josh Levine on the sideline, and that's first down and then some down inside the 40 to the 33-yard line.
That was a great catch by Levine here on the near side. That was a little bit underthrown. Thought it could have been intercepted for a second, but Levine gets the head turned around in time, and the Tigers on 3rd and long pick it up and are in business.
So Tigers 1st and 10 after the nice catch by Sweeney. Barnett will check in from the near hash. Barnett takes the snap, gives it Lusk. Lusk tried to weave through the defense and only picked up a yard on the carry.
Yeah, and that's a good job by Caden Miller getting first contact on Lusk, and not a lot of yards after contact since that first couple of runs for Lusk.
So 2nd and 9. Barnett peeks in to the sideline, waiting for the call in. Ball spotted at the 32. 2 wideouts, top of the formation, 1 on the near side. 8:57 remaining here in quarter number 1. Barnett will send Kogel in motion. He's the H-back. Takes it. He's going to do a designed run. He's met in the backfield, breaks 1, 2 tackles. Now he throws it away, and that's going to be an illegal man downfield. He wanted to save the yardage, but instead he's going to cost the yardage either way. He would have been stopped about 4 yards deep, and instead it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, and a loss of down.
Yeah, not so sure about that play design. That was a little weird. Barnett turned like he was going to run to the near side, then ran to the far side, and Montrose did a great job of breaking through blocking and got to Barnett in the backfield, and he tried to throw it away, but on a running play, you're going to get a legal man downfield all the time on that.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the official call. I'm not sure why the refs are taking so long. I thought it illegal man downfield. Maybe it's not a loss of down. Is it? Yeah, it's a loss of down. And so, to me, that's an easy call, correct? Well, the only reason you decline if it wasn't a loss of down. So Montrose declines it, so that'll bring up 3rd and 9. So just an incomplete pass in the books for Montrose, and the Tigers will have to convert their 2nd 3rd and long of the game. They'll send Sweeney in motion, 2 wide each side now, trips to the near side. It's a delay to Lusk. Lusk is bottled up right near the line of scrimmage. In fact, he's going to lose a yard, and that is going to bring up 4th and 10 for the Tigers, with 8:28 remaining here in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, and Lusk had 2 good runs to start out the game, and Montrose has adapted quickly and has gotten into the backfield, and that is another low yardage gain or negative yardage gain for the Tigers.
Tigers in no man's land are going to go for it on 4th and 10. Too close to punt, too far away to kick a field goal. Barnett will drop back to pass, looking, fires to Lusk in the flat. He's going to try and get to the corner. He is tackled and well short of the line to gain. He needed to get to the 23, and he's tackled at the 27-yard line. So just a 5-yard pickup there from Barnett to Lusk, and a turnover on down for Erie.
Yeah, and that's basically just a punt for the Tigers. Good chance it would have gone into the end zone, and Montrose would have started at the 20. Instead, they'll start at the 27. So that was a good decision to go for the Tigers. Great job by Montrose, open field tackling.
So 1st and 10 for Montrose. Wareham will lead out the Hawks here on offense in this old-fashioned offense here. Wareham peeks in on the sideline now. Montrose were able to get guys open the first time that we played them in the passing game. They just couldn't execute catching. Wareham will hand it off up the middle, and a decent stop there on first down, a pickup of about 2, maybe 3 there for Blake Griffin.
Yeah, and Blake Griffin, he maybe isn't able to jump over a Kia Optima, but he can run the ball right down the middle for gains of 3 and 4 consistently.
Oh, man. 2nd and 7 here for the Hawks. Ball spotted near the near hash. Not quite on it. A little tongue-tied here. 7:29 left to go in the first quarter. No score here. I know. I got to remember we're also on radio, so I'll try and remember that. You can also tune in on the Erie Tiger Network, youtube.com/Erie Tiger Network. There's a handoff on the inside, and the Tigers stuffed that for no gain.
Yeah, that was a great job getting to the ball quickly, recognizing. I thought for a second that ball was going to go outside on the jet sweep, but the Tigers were not fooled, and 3rd and long, unusual for Montrose.
That was Jackson Killian that got nothing on that one. So 3rd and 7 here for the Hawks. 6:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Ball spotted between the hashes here. Tight formation. One receiver to the near side. That's Firebaugh covering him. They'll send a man in motion. They'll keep it. It's the pitch to the outside, and the Tigers get up to it pretty well. I think they stopped him short. They needed to get to the 37. They're going to mark him down just across the 35. So needed 7, got 6 on the pitch was Killian. And that will bring up 4th and 1.
Man, surely Montrose is going to go for it. That's their kind of thing. Picking up 1 yard is pretty easy for them on the inside.
Yeah, this is their bread and butter for sure. Ball spotted on the near hash. They got to get, they're just inside maybe the 36 at like the 35 and a half. They got to get just to the other side of the 36, so maybe 1.5 yards to go. They'll race up to the line of scrimmage. There's the snap, the give, they've got it, and then some, and a decent gain out across the 40 up to the 41, a 5-yard pickup there on the carry. That was Griffin on the carry.
Yeah, and that's just good job by Montrose, just getting up to the line quickly snapping it. Tigers weren't able to react quickly, and easy pickup on 4th down.
6:30 remaining here in the first quarter. A slow, methodical drive and a first down pickup here for Montrose. They're willing to take their time. 20 left on the play clock. Wareham under center, double tight with a fullback in the backfield. They'll send a man in motion. Little misdirection, the give on the inside. A broken tackle and a decent gain of about 12 yards for Montrose. That time it was Killian again, and a pickup of 12 into Erie territory to the 48.
And that was a great job of open field tackling by Dylan Firebaugh, or that could have been 6 for Montrose.
2nd and 10 here for the Hawks, or excuse me, 1st and 10. Down marker a little bit late to change. Wareham under center. Double type formation, turns around, hands it off to Griffin. He sheds one tackler and then finally gets driven into the turf, and a late flag coming in. That tackle was nicely made by Ronan Ward. I'm curious as to what the penalty will be. That will be about a 6-yard gain, and I don't know who this is going to be on.
Yeah, that came in very late from the umpire, I believe.
Waiting for the official to turn on his mic here. Hard to do in gloves. They called a personal foul on Blake Barnett, a face mask.
So that gives Montrose another full set of downs. Now it's 6.
He forgot to turn off his mic. The referee was chatting with Coach Geiger.
So after that penalty, Montrose all of a sudden is in business.
All right, 1st and 10 from the 27 in Erie territory. Montrose on the move. 5:38 remaining to go in the first quarter. Handoff Griffin in the middle, and that time he is swallowed up right away among a slew of black shirts, and no gain on the play.
Yeah, good job shedding a blocker was Dom Sama on that one, and unusual 2nd and long for Montrose.
Yeah, if you're Montrose, we talked about this a lot when we were up there. You want to stay on schedule. 2nd and 10 here. Wareham under center. Hard count. Tigers flinch but don't jump. Now they'll adjust the play. 14 seconds left here in the play clock. Wareham checking in with the sideline. Double tight, double wing with Griffin, the lone tailback. Wareham will send a man in motion. He'll hand it to the motion man around the near side, and he is wrapped around the waist, and that's Killian, and he will get it to the 25-yard line, a pickup of 2 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, so I assume it's 4-down territory for Montrose there in that part of the field. You don't really want to settle for field goals against this Tiger team, and we'll see if they can pick up 4 or 5 yards here on 3rd down, getting 4th and short.
So 3rd down and 8 for the Hawks. They are really taking their time here. They're up to the line quickly, but they check in with the sideline each and every time. Wareham checking the wristband. 7 seconds left on the play clock. They might have to call a timeout. They're not sure what play to call, and they will call a timeout with 1 second left on the play clock. Timeout here in the stadium. 4:10 remaining here in the first quarter. No score. We will take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. 0-0 game. 3rd and 8 for Montrose from the Tiger 25. It'll be 1 wide out and double tight 1 in the backfield for Montrose. Wareham will hand jet sweep, but it'll be ran by Zimmer, and he will be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1 on that one for Montrose.
Important play defensively there for the Tigers. That'll bring up a 4th and a long 6, short 7 here for Montrose. 3:46 left, the crowd getting into it. This is go for it territory for sure, and typically what we see in these situations are some trickeration from Montrose.
Surprised they didn't come up to the line quickly and snap the ball.
Wareham under center, double tight, double wing. He's going to fake it one way, looks, passes down the field, overthrew his intended target, and that'll be a turnover on downs, and the Tigers will take over at the 25.
Yeah, and Wareham had Killen with a step on his defender, but that's the thing we saw in the last game against Montrose. The passing wasn't quite there, and the Tigers will take over. That was a big defensive play for Erie.
So a stand for Erie, and they'll retake over with 3:24 left. We have no scoreboard graphics, so we'll try and remind ourselves to say the score and the time like we're on radio anyway. So Barnett will come out. He'll have trips here.
So he's got 3 to the right now. 1 back in there with Barnett as left. Looks like,
and they're really taking their time here, waiting for the officials, and
the chains weren't quite set.
There we go. Now the chains are set. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers, just inside the 25. They'll run read. Barnett's going to keep, and once again, Montrose doing a good job, but Barnett able to fight off a couple tacklers, and he's back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And right now, Tigers struggling in the run game right now, as Montrose doing a heck of a job out on the edge.
Yeah, Tigers had 16 yards in 2 plays to start the game and have 1 yard since. 0 yards since.
0 yards in 5 carries since.
Yeah.
2:54. No score here in the first quarter. Barnett and Lusk in the backfield. 2 wideouts to the top of the formation. Ball spotted near hash at the Erie 25. Barnett takes the snap, drops, looks, waiting, has all day. Now he's flush from the pocket. He has some room to take and run. He will up the sideline, takes a big shot near the first down marker. It's going to depend on where they say he went out, and they're going to say he just went out just shy of the 35, and they will give him the first down, though. They needed to get to the 34, and they say he just got past the marker, so a 9-yard pickup there from Barnett.
Yeah, those outside runs for the Tigers are going to come in big for them today. The middle, obviously the line is very stacked. Big boys there for Montrose. The interior run game has been hard to come by. Sorry about that. But those outside runs, time and time again, will step up big for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was a great job reading the defense there by Barnett and getting out of the pocket and picking up the first down.
Ball spotted near hash. 1st and 10, 2:31 on the clock, no score, and a whistle. And that might have been a delay, and it is. So the Tigers will back up 5 yards. And Tigers a little bit stuck in neutral offensively here to start this game.
Yeah, a little bit unusual. Montrose is doing a great job of stopping the run game right at the line of scrimmage, and that's forcing the Tigers to get maybe a little bit out of their comfort zone.
So 1st and 15 now. That'll back Erie up to their own 28. Ball spotted, Silton near hash, 2 wideouts to the top of the formation. And they'll run a rollout. Barnett looks, fires the deep curl. That's caught there on the far side by Donovan O'Brien. He's up near the marker, gets across it up to the 45. That's a 16-yard pickup on 1st and 15 for the Tigers from Blake Barnett to Donovan O'Brien. And it's nice to have Donovan O'Brien back into the lineup.
And those are the type of plays that the Tigers love to run, just getting some middle yardage gains and picking up the first down after the catch. Good job by Donovan O'Brien there.
So 1st and 10 now for the Tigers. 2 wideouts. There are 2 tight ends here. Barnett's going to take it, run read, gives it to Lusk. Lusk stiff arms 2 men, gets to the outside, but good pursuit now, breaks the tackle across the 50, the 45, makes another man miss across the 40, still on his feet, fighting for yards, down close to the 30-yard line is Gavin Lusk on a really nice run there, all the way from the Tiger 45. That is a dandy of a pickup, 28 yards on the pickup for Lusk.
And that's something that Lusk has gotten a lot better this season versus last year. Last year, he wasn't quite strong enough to break tackles like that. It looked like he was dead in the water in the backfield there. Broke a tackle and then made men miss with that agility and a big pickup there.
No score, minute 50 remaining here in the quarter. Barnett in the shotgun here for the Tigers. He's got Tolliver with him in the backfield. Trips up top. Cave Meredith back in, by the way. Handoff to Tolliver, and he'll jump cut on the inside and then fall forward. A pickup of about, well, kind of a not so great spot. They'll only give him 1. And so that'll bring up 2nd and 9 here.
And Montrose has done a great job of denying the Tigers yardage between the tackles. And if they can make tackles in open field, it'll be hard for the Tigers to gain yardage.
Barnett in the shotgun here. He's going to give it to Tolliver, who stretches the outside, spins his way down just shy of the 25, I think. In fact, they'll mark that down around the 27-yard line, and so that'll bring up 3rd and about 4 yards after the 5-yard pickup there by Tolliver.
Yeah, that was another missed tackle at the line of scrimmage for Montrose that led to a larger gain for Tolliver.
4-down territory here for Erie. 52 seconds left in the first quarter. No score here. As Barnett will get the snap. He'll run read again. He's going to keep it himself. He has a lane up the middle. Now he stretches it out to the far side. Barnett has first down yardage and finally cut, and a late flag coming in past the first down marker. That's going to be a hold, I think, on Erie. The flag is laying at the 21. That's one of those, if you are Blake, you might just want to try and continue taking that right up the gut instead of going east-west.
Yeah, and that was a good read by Barnett. Both of the backers for Montrose bit on the Gavin Lusk handoff, but an unfortunate hold for the Tigers, and now they'll have to convert on 3rd and long.
So it'll be 3rd and about 8 here from the 31. Man, that changes the complexion of this down and distance here for sure. 30 seconds left to go here in the quarter. Tigers, Montrose, 0-0. Tigers taking their time here. 9 left on the play clock. Barnett will scan. Trips to the near side. Ball spotted at the far hash. Barnett takes it. He's going to roll it here. Looking. Fires the deep curl route. Has Josh Levine, and he catches it inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. That's plenty for the first down and then some. A pickup there on 3rd and 8 of about 14 yards for Barnett to Levine.
Yeah, and that's 2 pass plays in a row where the Tigers have gone to the deep curl on the sideline and picked up the first down because of it.
Tigers trying to go quick here, but that will do it. So at the end of the first quarter of play, we've got no score. Tigers are driving. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You are watching the ETN.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network, start of quarter number 2. 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Handoff to Lusk. He's stopped in the backfield, stacked up, and that will be a no gain on the play. That looked like a loss from up here, but the far sideline official coming right in on that down marker.
They're marking it as a loss of about a foot on that.
So, ball at the far hash. Dual wideouts here to the near side. Barnett in the shotgun. He's going to take it, roll to the near side. It's going to be a run from Barnett. He's being strung all the way out to the sideline and finally just steps out of bounds just inside, I think, the 15. Decent convoy there, but just ran out of room. A pickup there of 3 for Barnett. That'll bring up 3rd and 7.
And a great job by Montrose just forcing Barnett to the edge. He never really had a chance to get a lot of yardage on that play.
11:26 to go here in the first half of play. 3rd and 7. Ball spot at the 15 on the near hash. He's got trips to the far side of the field. No score here in Erie. Barnett in the shotgun. Takes the snap, runs Reed, pulls it out. Reed option right off the fingertips of Meredith, and he juggles and makes the catch for an Erie touchdown. A 15-yard strike from Blake Barnett to a juggling clown act of a catch there from Kave Meredith, and birthday parties across Erie will book them for their next birthday.
Yeah, that was a great catch by Meredith. Thought he was going to drop it, and then finally caught it. And the Tigers score on what was a pretty long touchdown drive.
So the Tigers draw first blood here, and now they'll line up for the extra point. They're lining up for 2 with Ronan Ward in the shotgun. Now they'll shift over to their extra point formation with Tyler Hoffman, the left-footed kicker, set to kick this one. Hoffman looking through the uprights. The high snap, good hold by Ronan. The kick is up, and it is good. And so with 11:19 remaining here in the first half of play, the Tigers lead the Hawks 7-0. By the way, helping out our friends with NBC Broadcasting. That look at the score was the Dented Face Barbecue scoreboard. I'm going to have to check it out next time we have a golf tournament out there or something. So the Tigers lead it after a nice drive and really a lot of yardage through the air. They were kind of stymied on the ground, and in this cold, you wonder, can Blake really grip the ball well? Can receivers catch it well? Well, that was a drive that happened because of the pass.
Yeah, and it was, I think the snow has died down, is mostly gone for now, so maybe the ball is a little bit less slick. Kave Meredith almost dropped that, but maybe the ball was not slick enough and he caught it, but we'll see. Maybe Montrose will get a little bit of air attack going.
11:19 left. Tigers dummy the onside. That's got to send Montrose fans into nightmare mode. And now Carson Hageman will send this one deep. Carson will boot this one, and this one will be landing. It'll skip actually into the end zone, so a touchback for Tigers, and Montrose will start at 1st and 10 from the 20. Well, if you are Erie, I think against Montrose, it's a requirement to play ahead. Because once you play from behind Montrose, it seems like they're a boa constrictor that can just suffocate you to death.
Yeah, they're going to waste a lot of time with that ground game. They'll wait until the play clock gets down to 5 or 4 on every play. But we'll see if Montrose can maybe engineer a quick scoring drive here.
So Wareham will come out under center, double tight, double wing, handoff up the middle, and some tough running from Blake Griffin. He just throw a saddle on him because he was basically a horse carrying a slew of Tigers for 11 yards.
Yeah, that's just strong running from Blake Griffin, a little bit lower center of mass, and he just powers through Tiger defenders, and a quick first down for Montrose.
So 1st and 10 here for Montrose. Handoff up the middle. No, it's a keeper and then a pitch to the far side. And about an 8-yard pickup there for Killian out near the far sideline on first down. And that one was once again just really good job manipulating the football by Montrose.
Yeah, that's the bread and butter of triple option is the misdirection. And Tigers didn't quite recognize that the ball was on the outside quick enough, and a big pickup on first down for Montrose.
So 2nd and actually a little bit shorter than we thought. 2nd and maybe a long 3 here. Montrose sprints up to the line of scrimmage. Wareham takes the snap. He'll give it on the end around, and tough running and a big hit. Taking that shot that time was Austin Zimmer, and I think he has enough for the first down. Needed about 3, got 4, and picked up a first down for the Hawks.
Yeah, and he broke through a tackle of, I believe, Jackson Kogel. Hard to do against the Wazoo commit, but first down, 2 quick first downs for Montrose.
1st and 10. Wareham under center. Takes the snap, gives it right up the middle to Griffin, and that was Carson Hageman that met him in the hole. Only a pickup of 2 that time.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Tigers defense wants. Force Montrose into 1 or 2 yard gains on first down and put him into second and medium to long distance.
And it is an offense that is a death by 1,000 paper cuts for Montrose. 9:55 remaining here in the first half of play. 7-0 Tigers lead it. 2nd and 7 here after the 2.5-yard, 3-yard pickup by Griffin. Split formation in the backfield. They're going to run it over that left side, and another good job of running. And Montrose really has been churning through the yards here in this drive.
Yeah, and Montrose was struggling a little bit early on the ground, but have definitely woken up and have got themselves into 3rd and 4th downs that are very manageable.
By the way, that was Womack, I believe, on the carry that time for a pickup of about 5. So that'll bring up 3rd and 1. Montrose quickly to the line of scrimmage. Oh, and there's some motion in the backfield. That should be illegal motion, and that'll back up Montrose 5 yards. So Tigers were asked for. I almost thought that last snap, because what Montrose does is they huddle and then they sprint to the line of scrimmage and try and snap it before you as a defense have a chance to react. And that time they weren't settled, and then here comes the penalty.
And that's just an unfortunate break for Montrose. That forces them into a 3rd down that is much more difficult for them to pick up.
So 3rd down and 6 for Montrose. Wareham under center. He's going to hand it off left side, and a tough run up to the 50. The first down is about the 51.5. So they needed 6. They got about 5 by Womack, and that'll bring up 4th and 1 at the 50.
Yeah, this is another obvious go-for-it situation if you're Montrose. We might not see a single punt in this game.
Yeah, this is like the tush push. Just almost hard to stop on 4th and 1. So 4th and 1, 8:27 remaining. Wareham under center. He's going to snap, gives it right up the middle, and that's easy yardage for Womack and Montrose, and a pickup of 3.
Yeah, and if Montrose can find themselves in 4th and 1 all day, they will take that, even if it means having to get a lot of yards on 3rd down. 4th and 1 is where they want to be, and they'll pick it up most of the time.
So 8:09 left to go here in the half. Montrose on the drive, a fresh set of downs. Ball spotted at the Erie 47. They'll sprint up to the line of scrimmage. Wareham will hand it off of the little kind of counter power play, and Jackson Kogel got bowled over at the end of that run. A decent pickup there on first down by Austin Zimmer, a pickup of 4. Montrose almost going hurry up here. They're to the line of scrimmage quickly, but sometimes they go hurry up and then they throttle it down. 2nd and 6, ball spotted at the Tiger 43-yard line. Handoff up the middle to Griffin. He's swallowed up by Jackson Kogel, and Kogel, after a yard gain, just ragdolled him back to the turf.
Yeah, and another 3rd and medium to long distance for Montrose. Will they get it into that 4th and short range or even pick up the 3rd down? That is the question.
7-0. Erie leads Montrose with 7:09 left to go here in the first half of play. Erie's only had 2 possessions. They've scored on 1. 3rd down and about a long 5 here for Montrose. Wareham under center, takes it, spins. It's a little reverse, and Blake Barnett comes up and makes the big play. It was kind of a little delayed reverse almost, and Killian had it, and he was devoured by Blake Barnett after a gain of maybe half a yard.
Yeah, and if Barnett wasn't there, that could have gone for 6. That was a great job reading that play from Barnett. There was a bunch of mixed direction in the backfield, and Montrose is forced into 4th and about 4.
4th and 4, ball spot at the far hash on the Tiger 41. 6:22 remaining here in the quarter. Big moment in this game. Wareham stares to the sideline. Tigers surrounding the line of scrimmage. Wareham under center, man in motion, takes it. Here's the end around give. Tigers trying to string it out. The cut up the field, and a nice job gobbling that one up was the corner out there, Preston Terranova, Blake Barnett, Keaton Strange in there on the tackle as well, and a turnover on downs, and the Tigers will take it over at the 40-yard line, leading 7-0.
Yeah, and that tackle was set up by the big body, I believe, of Dom Sama on the near side. Broke his block just enough to force the runner to the outside of the field, and the Tigers swarmed to the ball, and Montrose was real close to picking up that 4th and 4, but now the Tigers have a chance to extend the lead to 2 scores.
Yeah, they needed to get to the 38. They got to the 39, and that's where the Tigers will start on the near hash. 6:01 to start this drive. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got 4 to the far side. Empty backfield. He's going to take it, run a pure draw, puts the juke stick on, stretches out to the near side, and he will only pick up about 3 up to the 42. Barnett yet to break a real big one here. 15 yards on 5 carries. Only 3-yard Tigers rushing for about 4.5 per carry, but through the air, Barnett has had a solid first half. He is 5 of 6 with a touchdown and 67 yards. 5:55 remaining here in the quarter. 7-0. Erie leads. Barnett in the shotgun here. Ball spotted at the near hash. He's looking to his right, fires the curl route to Levine, catches, tries to get up the sideline. I think he's about a yard short. So about a 6-yard pickup from Barnett to Levine.
Yeah, and that co-route has been really strong for the Tigers so far in this game. Montrose defenders maybe playing a little bit off and not reacting to the curl quick enough. Barnett's there with the read, and they're getting 5 or 6 yards at least on the curl route every time.
They're going to mark him out a full 2 yards short of the first down, so only 5 yards picked up there. So 3rd and 2 at the 47. Barnett in the shotgun. He's going to run read, gives it to Luss. Luss puts his foot in the ground, puts his head down, gets through the line of scrimmage across the 50, has enough for the first down into Montrose territory, and about a 6-yard pickup there for Lusk.
Yeah, and Lusk has been a little bit inconsistent in this game. He had that one big run that set up the Tigers' eventual score, but other than that, he hasn't been as effective as usual for the Tigers. Good job by Montrose stopping him between the tackles.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Tigers want to send Preston Terranova out there. He was in the defensive meeting. Now Barnett all alone in shotgun here. 4 wide to the near side. He's going to roll it to that near side. He's going to stop, has a man come from behind, fires the out route. It's caught by O'Brien. He's hit down low, and he twists his way down to the 35. A 12-yard pickup there on first down, and the Tigers continue to get nice little chunks of yards through the air, and Donovan O'Brien has his second catch for 28 yards.
Yeah, and that was a double sevens route to the near side. Tigers had 2 guys pretty open on that kind of fade corner route, and Barnett found one of them, and Tigers are nearing that scoring area.
4:53 remaining here in the half. Tigers on the drive. 1st and 10 at the 35. Barnett alone in the backfield. Takes a snap, fakes the throw. He'll run it to the left, tried to go over the top of a defender. And he kind of tried to jump over his own man, only picked up a yard on the play.
Yeah, and that was a play where Mason Kogel was moving across as a pull guard as a tight end. And Barnett tried to go over him and Blake Griffin, but a little bit too big of bodies and only a short gain on first down.
4:18 remaining here in the first half. Tigers 2nd and 9. Ball spot the near hash from the 39. They'll run read, gives it to Lusk. Lusk puts his foot in the ground. Oh, and got pulled down by the helmet or the shoulder pad. There's a Tiger lineman down. A lot of chaos on the field right now. A pickup of 4 for Lusk. That'll bring up 3rd down and 5. But a player is shaken up down there. I think that was Cash Rhodes that was down on the field. He'll have to come off because they stopped it for him, but he popped up. He was trying to get back into the huddle.
Yeah, and it looked like a face mask. I don't think it was. Just kind of got him by the helmet. That was a weird-looking tackle, but a good no call.
So 3rd down and 5 at the at the Montrose 30-yard line. They got to get to the 25. 2 wideouts to each side. They'll motion Cave Meredith in a little bit. Barnett will now send Sweeney in motion across the formation. Barnett's going to roll to his right. Fires the curl route. Cave has it. Breaks a tackle and finally sputters down inside the 15, down to the 12-yard line.
Yeah, that's just great job by Meredith. Yards after catch. And the Tigers are in business all of a sudden. Montrose hasn't really had an answer for the Tigers' air attack.
Tigers catching has been tremendous here today, as that's a 1st and 10, 3:18 remaining here in the half. Tigers now going to maybe pump the brakes a little bit, try and burn some of that clock. 1st and 10 from the 12, ball spotted far hash, 2 wide to the near side. Barnett flanked by Lusk, takes the high snap, throws the quick little slant, a little bit maybe of a different page there, Sweeney and Barnett, as Barnett put that one behind him. I think he thought Sweeney was going to stop, and Sweeney was running the slant.
Yeah, one of the first incompletion in a long time for the Tigers. That was 7 straight completions by Barnett.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 here from the 12 out at the far hash. Trips to the near side for the Tigers. Barnett and Lusk in the backfield. Snap, Barnett drops back, looking. It looked like they were trying to set up the screen. Now he's going to bail out. Near side, he has wide open receiver. It's Lusk, and he catches it in the end zone for a Tiger touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown pass from Barnett to Lusk, and it's the 2nd touchdown of the game, and Tiger Stadium is going crazy as they extend the lead to 2 scores with 2:54 remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, and that was just a little bit of blown coverage. I think that was a blitz from Montrose. Good job getting pressure to Barnett, but Barnett just got that head up in time and was able to throw a dart to Gavin Lusk, and the Tigers have a 2-score lead.
So a 2-score lead, 13-0. Tigers lining up in the 2-point conversion look. They'll send Sweeney in motion. They will go for it. They'll throw it back to Sweeney. Sweeney, the double pass, wide open. The 2-point conversion successful. It's Gabe Sama in the corner of the end zone, and the Tigers lead it 15-0 here in the first half of play. A little Erie special.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that play before on 2-point.
That's definitely a new one that they're pulling out today. I mean, the play calling has been great, especially this last drive. I think we can agree that the play calling has just been incredible. Montrose has no answer, and now that the weather has cleared up a little bit, the Tigers' air attack starting to take this game over.
Yeah, it is cold, but there is very little snow. The only snow I see is maybe coming off the roof of the press box, and Montrose, all of a sudden, they're in trouble. They need to score on this drive before the half. They will get the ball to start the 2nd half, but this drive with 2:54, Montrose needs to score.
So the Tigers, an impressive drive. They've only had the ball 3 times. They've scored 2 touchdowns off of it. And the Tiger defense, they've bent, but they haven't broken in this game. And now Montrose will have their 4th crack at it. So a 15-0 lead for the Tigers, 2:54 remaining here in the first half of play. Tigers in that bunch kickoff formation. They will do an onside kick, and it is caught at the 45. and a onside that is unsuccessful.
I don't know what to think about that. That's a weird play. Why give Montrose a shorter field with only 2:50 left in the half?
Maybe they just didn't want to give up a return.
Yeah, I guess.
So Montrose will have it at their own 45. First and 10 with 2:52 on the clock to start this drive. Trujillo, the wide man for Montrose. Singled up by Ronan Ward. Here goes the flea flicker, and it's actually a drop, and Wareham had to go to a knee to catch it, and that is a big loss on the play for Montrose. That will be about a 7-yard loss on the unsuccessful flea flicker.
And it looked like Wareham might have slipped on the wet turf there, and that is just a terrible break for Montrose. They might have had a man deep. I wasn't quite paying attention.
There was a man, I would say probably 10, 15 yards of separation downfield.
Yeah, that could have been the touchdown the Redhawks needed.
Second and 18. Now a handoff up the middle, and Barnett makes the tackle on Blake Griffin, who had an excellent burst. He picked up 10 on that carry to make it third and manageable.
That is a very important play for Montrose if they want to score before the half. They needed a big pickup on second down, and Blake Griffin delivered.
Third and 8 here. Tigers lead at 15-0, 1:52 remaining here in the half. Montrose has it on the Tiger 47-yard line near the far hash. Wareham looking to the sideline. Minute 43 now on the clock. 12 left on the play clock. Wareham still staring at his wristband, trying to figure out what play they're calling. Now under center, sends a man in motion, hands off. Griffin wide open up the middle. He's got first down yardage, and back-to-back really strong runs there by Griffin.
Yeah, that's just great running from Griffin, finding the open hole in the middle of the defense. And Montrose, after it looked like they were going to have serious trouble picking up that first down, pick it up quite easily.
1:21 left on the clock here. Plenty of time for Montrose. First and 10 at the Tiger 44. Handoff. Griffin puts his foot in the ground and tried to bowl over a defender and ends up picking up 3 yards there on first down.
Yeah, and Montrose, they need to hurry up. They can't be wasting time in the backfield. They only have a minute left.
Minute left, as you said. Ball on the 41. It's 2nd and 7. Tigers lead at 15-0. Here on the Dented Face Barbecue scoreboard. It's a little fake. It's the screen pass, and Wareham had pressure in his face and had to throw it immediately. Good pressure by Gio Giampietro, and he threw it out ahead of the receiver.
Yeah, and that was a play that it looked like if that ball had been on point, Blake Griffin could have picked up a first down after the catch. But it does stop the clock for Montrose. So let's see if they dial something up here.
42 seconds left to go here in the first half. Montrose, we've seen a hook and ladder before on this field from them. Wareham's going to hand it off Griffin, and he got gobbled up pretty quick there. A pickup of 2 for Griffin. That's going to bring up 4th down and about 6 here, maybe 4th and 5 with 36 seconds left and a timeout from Montrose.
And this 4th down is important because if Montrose doesn't pick this up, there's still a little bit of time on the clock, and we've seen the Tigers have big plays, and they could possibly extend this lead if Montrose makes a mistake.
If you're Erie, though, I think you have got to be cognizant of the hook and ladder.
There's a trick play coming.
That is like a weapon that Montrose likes to throw out there that we've seen out there. By the way, 7-7 the score between Palmer Ridge and Broomfield into the second quarter. Thank you for liking this video. We have 170 likes. Goodness. Thank you, Tiger fans and Montrose fans as well. There's almost 1,500 of you watching live. That is the most ever on an ETN broadcast, and we are so grateful for tuning in. Now, here we go. 4th and 5 here for the Hawks at the Tiger 39. 36 seconds left. Ball between the hashes. Wareham's going to run the little reverse. Killian trying to weave through traffic. Oh, and Blake Barnett came up to make a hit, and he actually got bowled over, and it's a pickup of 7 and a first down for Montrose.
And that's a very, very important pickup for Montrose because there's not going to be any time left for the Tigers, but they do need to hurry up. Only 20 seconds left.
Little reverse pivot, handoff to Griffin, and Griffin's going to dive forward, and a timeout's going to be called with 17.2 left after the 5-yard pickup there by Montrose. So I believe that's the final timeout for Montrose. Tigers still have all 3 timeouts remaining with 17.2 seconds left. So if you are Erie, the only thing that really matters is you keep them out of the end zone. And so what trickery might we see here? Montrose just seems like they're so good at executing anything that they call. That flea flicker was kind of an aberration, I think, in terms of execution for them.
Yeah.
So
if Montrose is able to score here before the half, it's going to be tough for him with the clock. But if they score here before the half, that will give them great momentum. They'll get the kickoff to start the second half, and they could potentially tie this game up. But they need to score here.
So 2nd down and about 6 to go here for Montrose after the 4-yard pickup from Griffin, but they've only got 17 seconds left. Wareham under center. He's going to take it. He's going to give it on the little reverse. The Tigers get the stop short of the first down. No, good fighting for it. Dead to rights was Austin Zimmer, and then he, after he got swung around, was able to get close to the first down, but he's still going to be about a half a yard short. 2 seconds, 1 second, and Wareham tried to call timeout, but there are no timeouts, and that should do it in the half. No time remaining. Wareham wanted a timeout, and the referees discussing this. We thought they called all 3 timeouts. They called one. They've called 2 on this drive, and they called one to avoid a delay of game on the previous drive. And they what? And they're saying Erie called a timeout, and Coach Geiger saying, "What the hell are you talking about? Why would we call a timeout there?" So I'm not sure why. Would Erie call a timeout there?
I don't know what to think about that.
With 3 seconds left, what was that? I've never seen anything like that. That was like Sean Payton calling a timeout earlier this season when the Broncos had hit rock bottom.
This is a break for Montrose. If they score here, this could be huge for them.
That doesn't make any sense. And Coach Geiger seemed somewhat incredulous, but also at the same time, why'd you even call timeout? So 15-0, 3 seconds left here. Montrose is going to be able to throw it toward the end zone. That's crazy. Wareham's going to look. He's going to fire the fade. It is easily incomplete. Ronan Ward was run over, and that will end the first half. So no damage done there, but a weird finish to the half. 15-0, Tigers lead it. We'll take it to halftime here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Have you ever been watching an Erie sports broadcast and thought, wow, look how well this camera tracks this play. Look how tastefully this cut was made. I wish I could be a part of the amazing, talented, and gorgeous group of people that puts on these broadcasts. Well, you can. These broadcasts are put together by the amazing students of the Erie Tiger Network, and you can join. Just make sure to choose the Erie Tiger Network live class when choosing your schedule for next year. And you don't have to take my word for how great it is. Just look at Braden.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest. Hey, Vern. Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
Are you tired of living your life with constant aches and pains? Worth Chiropractic understands your pain and is here to help you reclaim your life. Dry needling, cupping, adjustments, and rehab are all things we specialize in. If you have a problem, we can find a solution. Worth Chiropractic, helping Erie one patient at a time.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today. Hi, Brandon Bird here, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Moon Holistics, and specifically the owner, Mike Moon. We have been friends for over 20 years now, and I can personally attest to what a great man of character he is, and he is someone that will care deeply about getting you and your health to where it needs to be from a holistic approach. So I encourage you to partner with him in search for any of your holistic health needs. Just check him out online.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility, and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
Bro, my teacher's about to be so mad.
Nah, it's cool, bro. It's fine.
Bro, it's the 4th time we've been late this week.
They don't care, bro. It's cool.
But being late is not cool. Be on time after lunch, Tigers.
Hey, Mr. Bud.
Gentlemen, late again?
Do you believe in nurturing the talents of our future broadcasters? Your support can make all the difference. By donating to the ETN, you empower students to create, inspire, and engage.
Contribution fuels innovation and learning.
Every dollar counts. Your generosity shapes our future broadcasters and helps us bring you high-quality broadcasts. Help us to continue to tell the stories that matter. Thank you.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to carawayortho.com.
Welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. It is halftime here. You probably saw us monkeying around there during the commercial trying to figure out how to get our scoreboard. We do have the time. We might be a little bit late on the score every once in a while, but hey, we did a good job fixing it. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in here today, as right now the Tigers lead it here at halftime 15-0 over the Montrose Red Hawks. And well, let's take a look at some of these first half highlights, if you will. And let's see here. What can we figure out? Let me try and help you guys out here. And we'll go doo-doo. And then, all right. So I think we have a slew of them. The first play, you saw Blake Barnett drop back to pass, and that was on that 3rd and long, and that kind of got the offense into gear a little bit. Tigers would end up turning the ball over on downs, though, on that first drive. And then Gavin Lusk, on the second time the Tigers had a ball, a phenomenal run, spinning off a couple tacklers, stiff arming, just churning all the way down in there. Then Barnett got it, rolled to the near side, was looking, fired another little nice pass there that was caught, and then the Tigers, just a few moments later, would punch it in on a beautiful catch there by Kave Meredith, doing the little juggling act there. And what a catch there from his buddy Kave for Blake Barnett on the throw. That would put the Tigers up 7-0. Then late in this first half, the Tigers were driving. You had Barnett doing what Blake Barnett does. He buys time, he rolls, he's looking, and, well, we missed just the end of that. I could actually fix that up for us here if I am given a second. And there, I think we have that. Let's watch that last play as we'll look at that again. Barnett in the shotgun. I'm not sure why our replay system is so herky-jerky today, but, you know, we'll chalk it up to the cold. And we didn't know we were streaming video till about 2 hours before the start of the game, 3 hours before the start of the game. And there was Gavin Lusk all alone there in the back of the end zone for a Tiger touchdown. And then the Tigers actually went for 2 on a little Erie special. It was like a pass backward to Alex Sweeney, and then he threw to a wide open Gabe Sema, and that is how the Tigers lead it now 15-0 in the first half of play. You look at some of the first half numbers here. We'll start for Montrose. No completed passes for Montrose. 0 for, I believe, 2, Gage Wareham on the day. On the 0 for 3, that's what Dylan Richardson's telling me. 113 yards on the ground for Montrose. That's a 4-yard per carry average. Blake Griffin leading the way. He's got 57 yards. Jackson Killian, he's got 38. Austin Zimmer has 13. Womack has 13. And Gage Wareham has a loss of 8 on the play. So only 113 total yards in that half for Montrose. For the Tigers, they have 75 yards on the ground. 16 from Blake Barnett, 53 from Gavin Lusk. And Braden Tolliver has 6. Blake Barnett, he has been efficient through the air. 9 of 11 for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns for Blake Barnett. Alex Sweeney has a catch for 17 yards. Donovan O'Brien, 2 for 28. Kave Meredith, 2 for 33. Gavin Lusk, 3 for 33. And Levine, actually, I think, has one of those that I attributed to Lusk, so we'll fix that. So actually 2 for Lusk, but one of them was a touchdown. And 2 for, there we go, Levine for 20 yards. So 190 total yards for Erie. But the question is, if you're Erie, you love where you're at. You're ahead, and Montrose not built to play from behind. But Montrose is getting the ball to start the second half. So this one's far from over.
Yeah, I think Montrose is just a couple of miscues away from leading this game. The Tigers' defense, as what happened against Dakota Ridge last week, is bending but not breaking. And if Montrose can get the defense to break, they could get themselves back in this game in a hurry.
I agree with that, and I also think that if Montrose can score on this first drive coming out of the half, it is a much more competitive game than if they can't. Because then, you know, Erie's offense has been churning the last couple drives. It's likely that they're going to score, and a 3-score game is a much different story than a 2-score game. So I think it's very important to Montrose to make a stop in order to stay in this game.
Well, Tiger fans, don't forget to check us out on social media. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. And, well, we have just put out a score update there, so be sure to follow us on social media. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this network. We are close to 4,500 subscribers on the Erie Tiger Network. Well, a chilly day, but now a clear day. No precipitation falling, at least for now, as the Tigers lead it 15-0. Some quick score updates from around the state. Cherry Creek and Ralston Valley tied at 14. That one in the second quarter. Palmer Ridge leading Broomfield 14-7. In the 3A ranks, it's Green Mountain up on Lutheran 21-7, and Holy Family at halftime leading Thompson Valley 14-7. In the 2A state championship, Delta is leading Rifle 20-7. That one is at halftime, and Lyman up big in the 1A state championship over Strasburg 43-13. So that was your scoreboard update. By the way, one more time, we'd like to mention that we are carrying live out in Grand Junction on MBC Grand Broadcasting. The only sponsor we haven't mentioned so far, all those first downs, they're sponsored by Delta Cabinet Company. So thank you to NBC Grand Broadcasting. They're giving us a nice little donation to the Erie Tiger Network, and they're syndicating us out there. So hopefully we aren't being too Tiger-centric here on the Erie Tiger Network. Of course, this is the Erie Tiger Network. We have a bunch of students on the broadcast. We have some students freezing their tukuses off outside up there. Austin Jameson up there on camera. We have Maisie Barksdale, Jack Elliston, all on camera up on top. John Kent, he's our replay operator today. As always, our producer, Chad Jameson, helping us out here. And then with me on the mics are Ian McGuire and Dylan Richardson. We're going to take another timeout. We are about 2 minutes from the end of halftime. The teams will have about 3-minute warm-up period, so we're going to take about a 4-minute timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network. Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
I wasn't born a leader.
It wasn't given to me.
I couldn't buy it.
How'd I get here?
I decided.
I decided.
I decided.
I decided. Decide to lead as an Army officer.
you ever been watching an Erie sports broadcast and thought, wow, look how well this camera tracks this play. Look how tastefully this cut was made. I wish I could be a part of the amazing, talented, and gorgeous group of people that puts on these broadcasts. Well, you can. These broadcasts are put together by the amazing students of the Erie Tiger Network, and you can join. Just make sure to choose the Erie Tiger Network live class when choosing your schedule for next year. You don't have to take my word for how great it is. Just look at Braden.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest. Hey, Vern. Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. Brandon Bird here with you as the Tigers will come out to kick it off. Tigers, two interesting decisions there at the end of the half. One, to onside kick it, and two, to call a timeout. I'm still confused about that one and what happened there. We'll have to either give Coach Geiger a good ribbing there over the course of the next week. Should things turn out well for Erie. He won't want to hear any of it if it doesn't turn out well. The Tigers lead it now, though, against the Redhawks, and the Tigers will be kicking off here to start the half. They'll be going left to right on your radio dial. Hageman will send this one end over end up into the air, and that one will be taken at the goal line, and they're going to let him return it. And a big hit. Oh, my goodness, that was a collision, and that hurt both the returner and the Tiger tackler. Both are down on the turf, and that was a car crash at 20 miles an hour for both guys. Good grief. And that was a return out to the 16-yard line.
And that was, wow. I think that was a hit laid by Gavin Lusk. Oh my God. That maybe is the biggest hit I've seen a Tiger lay this year. That
might be the biggest hit I've ever seen.
We'll have to check for loose teeth on the field.
Oh, my goodness. Everyone up and okay. All right. 1st and 10 here for Montrose. They'll have to start it from the 16 is actually where they will spot the ball. So Wareham under center. Checks. Now he will hand it off up the middle. Griffin broke through maybe an initial arm tackle and leans it forward for a pickup of 3.
Yeah, and if you're the Tigers defense, you cannot fall asleep in this second half. That is something that we've seen. Montrose did it against Pueblo West a couple weeks ago. Tigers cannot afford to do that. They can't let Montrose get back into this game. And Montrose, they need a break to go their way.
2nd down and 7. Give to the fullback, I think. And in the massive humanity, it's Blake Griffin that emerges after another pickup of 3. So 3rd and a long 3 here. If you're Montrose, I don't think you want to go for it on 4th and 1 at this part of the field. I think they'll still do it if they get 3 yards, but goodness, they don't want to have to deal with that. 3rd and 3, ball spot at the far hash of the Tiger 23-yard line. Give to the fullback, and that's a big stop for no gain there in the middle for the Tigers. A no gain play, and that'll bring up 4th and 3.
Yeah, and Montrose, I said it earlier, I don't think we're going to see a single punt in this game. This is, at this point in the game, this is the biggest play in the game so far.
Oh my gosh, Montrose is going for it. 4th down and 3 from the far hash. They got to get to the 31. Hard count, doesn't draw Erie offside. 15 left on the play clock. Wareham checking the wristband. Split back formation in the backfield. They're going to snap it. Here goes the give. A hit in the hole, but diving across the marker to gain and picking up 5 yards is Blake Griffin for a 1st down on a 4th and 3. Remember that, should things shake out differently here today.
Yeah, that is a gutsy call, an expected call from Montrose the way they play, but that is a huge pickup from Blake Griffin, and we'll see if Montrose can engineer a scoring drive out of it.
1st and 10. There goes the counter play, and Griffin, or actually that's Killen, bouncing off defenders and finally brought down after a pickup there of about 4.
Yeah, there's really not much to say about this that hasn't already been said. Montrose doing a good job of just getting that little chip yardage on every play and then converting when it matters most.
9:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Tigers lead it 15-0. Wareham is under center. It's a split back formation again for Montrose. No wideouts, so it's a double tight end. There goes the handoff, and shooting into the backfield was Dom Sama, and he swallowed up Blake Griffin for a loss of about 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, and that's a rare loss of yardage from Blake Griffin. Big play by Dom Sama there, and now Montrose has to convert on 3rd and long.
3rd and 7 here for the Red Hawks. They've got to get to the 38, ball at the 31. Same formation, a little split back with 3 tight ends basically. There's a handoff up the middle, and that's going to be close to the marker. It's going to depend on the spot. Pretty generous spot as Griffin lurched forward, and they are going to give it to him, I think.
Yeah, Blake Griffin is really good when he gets going downhill. Hard to stop, very explosive, and he has been the clutch player for Montrose so far in this game.
8:23 left to go here in the third quarter. Montrose on the move, couple first downs, couple big pickups. Ball spotted between the hashes at their own 38. Tight formation, single back. They're gonna fake it 3 times. It's a little inside give. It was 2 fakes, and then they gave it on the inside to Austin Zimmer, and he only got a yard. Good eye discipline that time from the Tigers.
Yeah, lots of options in the backfield. That is what the triple option's all about. And good job by the Tigers to force Montrose to be a little bit off schedule.
2nd and 9. Tiger defensive body language is almost like they kind of expect a pass here. Triple tight, a wing, and a fullback. And there's the give, right side, churning the legs and falling a yard short of the first down is Griffin, but another 8-yard pickup for Griffin. That's his 19th carry of the contest, 82 rushing yards. Sama trying to trot off, and now it is 3rd down. The down marker showing 4th down. The scoreboard showing 3rd. It's 3rd down.
It's definitely 3rd down.
There we go. That'll fix it there. It's cold. They're freezing together. That's what we'll say.
That makes sense.
3rd and 1. This is Montrose's territory here. You might even see a little pass play on this. They'll turn around and just diving across the line to gain was Griffin up to the 49. So a 2-yard pickup there for Griffin.
And Montrose has burned a bunch of clock.
Yeah, the clock not necessarily their friend with their style of offense. And this is one of those where you can have a long drive and score, but you have to score if you're going to take up this much time. 1st and 10. Ball at the 49 in their own territory. 6:23 left to go. Tigers on top of the Red Hawks, 15-0. Quickly to the line of scrimmage is Montrose. They'll snap the ball. They'll give it on the long play. It's the edge and a shoestring tackle out there by Ronan Ward after a pickup of 6. Otherwise, Blake Griffin might be doing a touchdown celebration in the end zone. There's also a flag, and Montrose is clapping at the flag. And it's an unsportsmanlike?
I think so. It's going to go against Dom Sama in the backfield.
So that'll tack on another 15 yards, and this will be 1st and 10 for Montrose at the Erie 30. So Montrose has been here a few times, but they have stalled out each time here in this kind of part of the field. So 1st and 10 at the Erie 30, ball spot at the near hash. Wareham peeks into the sideline, 6:03 remaining here in the third quarter. Double tight, double wing with Griffin, the tailback. They're going to give it to him right up the middle. He avoids one man in the backfield and then lurches forward into the arms of Cole Powell after a pickup of 2.
Yeah, and it's just got to be so frustrating as a defender to play against this style of offense. You know the run is going to come, and there's nothing you can do about it.
This is bone on bone, blood on blood. I think that's what a former CU coach used to say about this type of game. I won't say which one because he's been fired from a different job. 5:17 remaining here in the half. Give to Griffin, left side. He is lassoed around the ankles, but not till he got decent yardage there. A pickup of about 5 over that left side for Griffin. So 3rd and 3, and actually it's more like 3rd and a long 3 there. Ball just inside the 24 for Erie. They got to get all the way to the 20. Wareham under center. He'll send a man in motion. He gives it to the motion man on the end around, and he is wrapped up, but I think he got the first down yardage. He needed to get to the 20, and they'll mark him down at the 19-yard line. A 5-yard pickup on the little end around by Jackson Killen.
And that's a great play design by Montrose. Just get people moving across the field and get to that edge and pick up the first down easy.
If you're that Erie defense, gotta bow your neck here. 4:26 remaining in the half. It's been all Montrose in the 3rd quarter. Handoff to Griffin, runs into the back of his own teammates, but just kind of drives them forward for a pickup of 4.
And this is exactly the drive that Montrose needed. They're using a lot of clock. They might, if this goes a little bit longer, they might be a minute or 2 left in the quarter, but if they score here, this is a very important momentum drive.
An 8-minute drive so far, 4 minutes left in the quarter. 2nd down and 6. Wareham under center. He's going to give it on the little reverse to Killen, and the Tigers make the tackle, but not before Killen picked up about another 4.
Yeah, and Montrose, they have been very efficient on 3rd down. They've gotten themselves into a lot of 3rd downs because of the way their game is played, but they've been pretty good at picking up.
So 3rd down and a long 3 here for the Red Hawks. Wareham sends a man in motion. He keeps it. He runs the pitch option, has the edge, has the touchdown. As Wareham sprints in from 13 out to cut it to a 1-score game.
Yeah, that is a great play by Wareham to maybe a little bit of a read there. And there's just nobody there between him and the end zone, and Montrose, they scored on the drive that they had to score on.
Yeah, that's one of those where Cade Koblenz, he's the edge man there, and he got sucked into the action into the middle. So a long drive of 8 minutes and 45 seconds, and now Montrose will go for 2 here.
That drive started on their own 16, by the way. That is dominance on the ground by Montrose on that drive.
Yeah, that is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Red Hawks. Wareham under center, split back. He's going to give it up the middle. Griffin dives for the goal line, and he is in. And it is a 7-point game with 3:15 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. So Montrose takes the opening kickoff of the 2nd half and drives 85 yards to punch it in to make it a 1-score game. And we'll stick right here on the Erie Tiger Network.
The thing about it is, if the Tigers are able to score on this drive, the clock is going to be really short for Montrose.
This is a huge drive for both teams. As you said, just the style of the way that Montrose plays makes this extremely difficult for them to try and come back. And so, but they did what they needed to do. They made it a 1-score game. There's over a quarter left to play. And might Montrose try and return the favor with a little onside?
Yeah, I don't know. That drive took a minute per 10 yards about for Montrose. So if you just think about it, you start on your 25. At that pace, it's going to take you 7.5 minutes about to score a touchdown.
Unique kickoff formation here for Montrose. What kind of trickery do they have? It's Blake Barnett that is deep. I think you got to be on all alert here if you are Erie, as you're outnumbered on that far sideline. They are kind of in a little bit of a prevent the onside kick formation, but You might see it because Montrose needs to create possession here. Here comes the kick, and it is sent deep. And it's actually Alex Sweeney back there, and it's going to bounce out of bounds. And so Erie, let's see what they do here. Will they just take the yardage, or will they make them re-kick?
I would take the yardage. I wouldn't risk Montrose thinking about an onside kick and just start from your 35.
So Tigers will come out on offense for the first time this half with 3:15 left on the clock in the third quarter. 2 touchdown passes for Blake Barnett. Tigers have only had 3 possessions. This is their 4th of the game.
And likely the most important possession of the game.
Barnett with trips to the near side. He's got single coverage up top. Barnett takes the snap, looks, wants the slant to O'Brien. Has it. It's a nice catch. O'Brien still on his feet, fighting across the 50. And a heck of a pitch and catch from Barnett to Donovan O'Brien, and a pickup there of 19 yards.
And, man, that is a dot from Barnett. That was thrown into double coverage, real close to being intercepted. But first down. And Tigers, if you're the Tigers, you maybe don't want to score quick here on this drive.
I don't know. I think you just score. If you can score, score.
Points are points, man.
That's true.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Barnett in the shotgun. He's going to run it himself to the far side, has a lead blocker, cuts it up the field, gets hit and ridden down to the turf after a pickup of about 4. And I tell you what, every time that Montrose makes a tackle on that far sideline, I think the Tigers fumble because they all jump up and down. So they're only going to give him 3 on the carry for Barnett. Barnett only has 1 carry more than 5 yards in his 7 carries today.
Yeah, Montrose has done a great job shutting down the legs of Barnett, but they have struggled in the air.
2nd and 7. Barnett takes the snap, looks to pass, fires the quick out. It's Sweeney. He has it across the 40, makes a man miss, makes another man miss. Down the sideline goes Sweeney, and he trots out of bounds at the 30-yard line. A pickup there for Alex Sweeney of 13 yards, and the Tigers move the chains and continue it into Montrose territory.
Yeah, and Montrose defensive backs have definitely struggled with one-on-one open field tackles in this game, and that has allowed the Tigers receivers to rack up yards.
1st and 10 now for the Tigers at the 30-yard line. Barnett has 3 wide with Lusk flanking him to his right. Takes it, gives it to Lusk. Lusk stutters, now tries to stick his foot in the ground and run it forward, and he got maybe a yard out of it in forward progress when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and the Montrose ground defense has been really good aside for 1 or 2 runs in this game. And the Tigers have just really struggled to get yardage between the tackles.
So 2nd and 9 here for the Tigers. They're taking their time a little bit. 2 by 2 go the wideouts to each side. They're stacked up behind each other. Barnett in the shotgun from the near hash. He's looking to throw. He's waiting. Now he's going to fire. Has a man underneath at the 15. It's Cave Meredith and his buddy Cave down to the 14-yard line. Another 15-yard pickup through the air. Barnett has 162 yards in the air today, and he has spread the love around. He has 5 different receivers involved in the pass game. 1:12 remaining here in the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the 14-yard line.
Yeah, and on that one, Cave was just able to split the zone. He was standing there open for 3 or 4 seconds. Surprised nobody didn't come up to get him.
Barnett will send Sweeney in motion. 55 seconds left in the quarter. Barnett's going to run it himself and will lower the head and just grinds the feet forward down to the 11. So a 3-yard pickup there for Barnett on 1st down. And the Tigers leading at 15-8. 38 seconds left here in the quarter. Tigers, this is only their first possession of the quarter. 2nd and 7 here. Barnett, he has 3 wide, including Levine. On the near side, he's going to run read. He will give it to Lusk. Lusk puts his foot on the ground, tried to cut against the grain, and got maybe a yard. And this Tiger run offense is sputtered.
Yeah, it's been weird, but only 1 quarter left to figure it out for the Tigers.
Time runs out here in the third quarter. The Tigers deep into Montrose territory. They lead it 15-8. We'll take a timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network. Welcome back in here, fourth quarter of action. It's 15-8. Tigers lead it here at Tiger Stadium on what is now a field awash in sun after it was covered in it felt like a foot of snow this morning. And the district crew, the principals from different high schools around the district all came to help clear it. I saw Mr. Fox from Frederick High School. I think I saw Mr. Barella out there. I saw all the Tiger administrators out there. It was a full hands-on deck. Got to clear the field for this game, and they did an excellent job. And there is hardly a speck of snow left on the field. But we are start of quarter number 4. It'll be a huge play to start the quarter. 3rd and 7 for the Tigers. Ball between the hashes. 2 by 2 go the wideouts. Barnett's alone. There's a tight end on the near side. Blake scans the defense. Now he'll send Ronan Ward in motion. Gets it. He's going to fake the handoff to Ronan. He'll keep it himself. He spins. He cuts. Tries to break a tackle and nowhere to go. No gain for Barnett as the Montrose defense was stout on that one.
Yeah, that was great defense on the inside by Montrose. Tigers, at this point, may want to consider just abandoning the run game. It has not done them any favors so far, and an important field goal coming up.
This is huge. A field goal attempt for Tyler Hoffman of 27 yards. The snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it is good. And a huge field goal for the Tigers gives them a 10-point lead with 11:16 remaining in this game.
Man, that was almost blocked by Montrose.
That was scary, man.
Yeah.
That's playoff football. The nerves are running high here in Tiger Stadium for not just the fans, but the broadcasters alike. By the way, a quick scoreboard update. It's 14-14, Ralston Valley and Cherry Creek. Palmer Ridge leading Broomfield 14-7 at the half. And in 3A, it looks like it's still 14-7 Holy Family and 21-7 Green Mountain. So the Tigers set to kick this one off at the 40. Man, if you're Erie, the one thing is you just got to cover the kick well. They have struggled throughout the last couple years on covering kicks. They have done well today, but they got to have one a solid coverage on this one here. So 18-8, Tigers lead, 11:16 to go in the game. High kick. This is going to go into the end zone for Carson Hageman and will be a touchback.
Yeah, that's an important touchback for the Tigers. In this drive, you can give up a score as long as Montrose takes forever. But you really need to limit the big plays here if you're the Tigers. Force Montrose to take a bunch of time off the clock here.
The longest play of the day was that 13-yard run by Wareham for the touchdown for Montrose. So 1st and 10 at their own 20. Wareham is under center. He's got a split formation with a double tight set. Will send a man in motion. It's the little pitch. Griffin stutters in the hole, runs over Blake Barnett, who is trying to punch the ball out, and ends up picking up 12 yards.
Yeah, that's maybe a moment where Griffin just had a stronger arm than Barnett. Maybe Barnett wanted to go low to try to get that tackle, but instead trying to get the ball out, and maybe one of the biggest plays of the game for Montrose right there.
So ball at the 32 after the 12-yard pickup. Wareham under center, 10:55 and counting. 10-point lead for Erie. There's the play action, the throw out, the excellent tackle by Braylon Tolliver as he dumps the receiver into the backfield. That was the first completed pass of the day. It was to Elijah Womack, and it's going to lose a yard.
Yeah, that is an odd play call for Montrose. I would have just ran it out there instead of throwing it out there, but a big open field tackle by the sophomore Braylon Tolliver.
So 2nd and 11. Tigers have been disciplined on that play action today. Wareham under center. He is going to give it on the end around. Here comes the reverse. It's wide open. The pass is going to be short. Oh, it's so short that not even Blake Barnett or Preston Terranova could get there. Montrose had a man wide open 30 yards down the field, and on the run with pressure in his face, he threw it about 15.
Yeah, and I would like to see that again if we get a chance to. I think that was Dom Sama on the pressure there that stopped that reverse. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
He was the reason that was short.
That was Trujillo on the pass play. 3rd and 11 here. Play action. They're looking. Throws it underneath. It's incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and 11 for Montrose. Not a position they want to be in. They did have an open man kind of emerging out from the tight end position. That was Landon Linville, and Wareham couldn't find him.
And that's 3 pass plays in a row for Montrose after they gained 12 yards from Blake Griffin on the first play of the drive.
And this is the loudest we've heard it all day from the Erie fans. They are on their feet here. 4th and 11. Wareham under center. Sends a man in motion. That's Killen. He's going to take it, looks, fires the slant. It's caught for 12 yards on 4th down. Wow. And they got the first down. That's incredible. Goodness. Trujillo made the catch. And tell you what, they're playing with fire, but they executed when it mattered the most.
Yeah, 4 straight pass plays for Montrose, and they pick up. That is an incredibly important first down to pick up for them. Wow.
1st and 10 now for Montrose. Handoff into the middle, and that was stopped up there by Jackson Kogel after a pickup of only a couple for Blake Griffin. That is his 26th carry of the day, 114 yards. 9:30 remaining on the clock. It's an 18-8 lead for Erie over Montrose. Montrose has it at their own 45. 2nd and 8 for the Redhawks. A give to Griffin, broke through a tackle, and then Carson Hageman drove him into the ground, but not before he picked up another 5 yards.
Yeah, and time is definitely starting to become a factor for Montrose because they have to engineer 2 scoring drives if they want to get back in this game.
3rd down and 4 to go here for the Redhawks. Ball spotted at their own 49. Wareham under center. Empty set to the near side. They're just going to give it right up the middle. Tigers tried to swallow that up, and it's going to depend on the spot. The near sideline official says that he got it. The far sideline official says that he's short. So I think the far sideline official is the head linesman and gets to ultimately place it, and they will say it's 4th down and 1. But as we have seen so often, this is usually pretty easy for Montrose. 4th and 1 at the Tiger 47 and a half. They got to get to the 47. Might we see the tush push? Wareham, and a timeout coming from Coach Geiger. He wants to talk this one over. 8:33 left. We'll take a quick 30-second timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network. And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. 8:33 left to go in the game. Montrose trails it 18-8. They're driving the football. They have it 4th and inches here at the 47.5 yard line. They needed to get it to the Erie 47. Tigers crowding the line of scrimmage. Blake Barnett is lined up over the center as a linebacker. They turn, they give. Griffin has it easily. In fact, gained about 5 yards there for Montrose.
Yeah, and that's just a little easy run for Montrose there. Not much the Tigers could do defensively. They're just really consistent at picking up at least 2 yards on every play.
So the clock rolls on here. 8:16 and counting. That's the story right now. 1st and 10 for Montrose. Ball between the hashes. They'll send a man in motion. It's play action. They're looking. There's the wheel route wide open. Is a man. He's caught at the 20. It's Blake Griffin down the sideline, and he's hit out of bounds inside the 10 down to the 4-yard line, and everyone just lost him there for Erie. A 40-yard pickup on the pass play from Wareham to Blake Griffin.
Yeah, and it looked like initially the Tigers were going to have that play stopped, but Griffin just came out of the backfield on the wheel route, and now Montrose is going to get themselves back in the game, barring a disaster.
Tigers are going to be in a position where they have to score. So 8 minutes left, plenty of time for Montrose. Wareham under center, ball spotted at the 4 on the far hash. Wareham going to take it, gives it on the end around. Killen trying to dive for the goal line, and he has it. Touchdown for Montrose with 7:55 remaining in this game on a 4-yard run. And it is a 4-point game with an extra point pending. And they might go for 2 here.
I would maybe consider kicking a field goal here, but I think Montrose just loves to go for 2.
Montrose trying to give Erie a taste of their own medicine from a couple years ago, going for 2 late. This not to take the lead, though. They're running out of time. Only 10 seconds left. They're kind of scrambling to get this in. 6-5 on the play clock. They're going to get the snap off. There's the handoff to Killen. He's going to go toward the goal line. He's in. It is a 2-point game. And the Montrose coach is fired up in the booth next to us. So it is 18-16, Erie on top, and Montrose set to kick this one off. And hold your hats, everybody. We said that this was still definitely a game. If Montrose could score in the opening possession, then they did, and they held Erie to only 3 points. So if you're Erie, this is a must, chew up some clock. I mean, you don't want to put Montrose in a field goal position. What you want is to score a touchdown.
Yeah, Tigers have to score a touchdown on this drive, or else Montrose could find themselves with a come from behind to win very easily. 7:55 is definitely plenty of time if Montrose were to get the ball right now. So the Tigers need to potentially burn the clock off.
I agree. I think the game plan right now, the run game hasn't really been working, but to chew up some clock, stick with the passing game, but stay in the middle of the field. Try to get tackled inbounds. Just keep the clock rolling as much as you can without abandoning the pass game.
Heck, we haven't even seen Blake scramble out of the pocket yet. See what Montrose does here. Tigers are kind of in an onside kick recovery posture. In fact, they have their hands team out there. Donovan O'Brien, Mason Kogel all out there. Alex Sweeney is the deep man for Erie. He's standing at the 10. And with 7:55 left, here comes the kick from Montrose. And this one is an onside kick. There's the big hop. Oh, and that one will go out of bounds. Man, Montrose could have had that. It went 10 yards. They absolutely clobbered the Erie upmen, and Erie will have excellent field position.
Oh, man, that was there. It was there. Montrose just couldn't find the ball on the ground, and that is a huge break for the Tigers. Oh, man.
Montrose a little bit too concerned about hitting black jerseys instead of locating and recovering the football. And it's actually legal contact. So what happened is you cannot contact a man before the ball gets there. And that'll be Erie ball with excellent field position there. 7:55 left.
Yeah, and a short field for the Tigers. They need to score. This has to be a touchdown drive if you're a Tiger fan. And if Montrose can make a stand, they could very easily win this game.
So, biggest drive of the season for the Tigers. Blake Barnett has been dazzling us through the air today, 162 yards. He is 12 of 14 for 2 touchdowns, but the Tigers only 83 yards on the ground, and that has been what Montrose has been able to hang their hat on today. Barnett trying to motion Alex Sweeney in. The ball, by the way, when it's all said and done, is spotted at the 36 in Montrose territory. Barnett, he's going to run read, gives it to Lusk. Lusk puts his foot in the ground, spins through an arm tackle. Still on his feet is Lusk as he breaks across the 30 down inside the 25. And actually they'll spot him right at the 25. An 11-yard pickup for Lusk, and that's the longest run of the half for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that's what the Tigers need. If they can get the run game going, they can burn a bunch of clock off and make it really hard for Montrose to get themselves back in the game.
Montrose is selling out to the run, that's for sure. 1st and 10 here for the Tigers at the 25-yard line in Montrose territory. Barnett takes a peek at the defense. There are 10 men in the box right now for Montrose. Double tight formation for Erie. 4 on the play clock. There's the snap, the give to Lusk. Lusk gets through a hole and then backs his way forward. A pickup of 5 there for Lusk, and the Tiger O-line up to the task on that one. Push the line of scrimmage down the field.
Yeah, that is exactly what the Tigers love to see from their O-line, making it real easy for Lusk to get chunk yardage.
So 2nd down and 5 here for Erie. It's Barnett and Lusk with 2 tight ends. Kogel and Gabe Sema into the game. Lusk will switch the side of formation he's on. Now they'll motion in Josh Levine. Barnett's going to run. He's trying to get to the edge. He's got a blocker out there. Breaks. No, doesn't break a tackle. He's dragged down a yard short. Don't see Blake Barnett get down on first contact too often, and a 4-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 1.
Are we going to see the Jackson Kogel tush push here on 3rd and 1?
Sure hope so.
6:21 left to go here in the quarter. A 2-point lead for Erie after Montrose went for 2. To make it a 16-18 game, just the score that everyone had on their bingo card, right? 3rd and 1 now for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the far hash. Barnett's going to keep it himself. Runs it right side, has the first down, still breaking tackles. And Barnett picks up 3, maybe 4 yards on tough running and has a fresh set of downs for the Tigers.
Yeah, and that's an important pickup. It'll get the clock to beneath 6 minutes. I don't know why the clock wasn't running for a second there, but important pickup on 3rd down.
1st and 10, Barnett trying to catch his breath here. Erie might call a timeout. Nope, 20 seconds left on the play clock. Barnett gingerly heading to the line of scrimmage. 5:40 left on the game clock. Barnett takes the snap, runs read, gives it to Lusk, sputters in the hole, and Lusk will fall his way forward after a pickup of about 3 and a timeout coming from Montrose. So a timeout for Montrose. We'll catch our breath. We'll take a quick timeout here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Are you tired of living your life with constant aches and pains? Worth Chiropractic.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard pickup there from Gavin Lusk. And ball spotted at the Tiger, 13? I think they say maybe the 11. Tough to see from over here. Barnett in the shotgun. He's got trips to the near side. He's going to throw it. He's looking. Now he's going to spin out of trouble to the near side. Still looking downfield. He's going to take it himself up the sideline and pushed out of bounds. And that will stop the clock. And they'll mark him down to the 7. So a pickup there of about 5 for Barnett. And that'll bring up a huge 3rd down.
Yeah, and you maybe take that if you're Montrose. Get the clock to stop. Give yourself a couple extra plays on offense, possibly. But this is a very important 3rd down.
3rd and 4 What are the Tigers going to do offensively here? 5:16 left on the clock. Ball spotted near hash. They'll send Sweeney in motion. Barnett's going to roll towards the motion side, throws the speed out. It's caught by Sweeney to the end zone. Touch. No, they'll call him down at the 1. I thought the ref shot up both hands, but it'll be first and goal from the 1-yard line.
That was so close to being 6 for the Tigers, but they honestly might take that because the clock will run a little bit more. Just got to get into the end zone here.
So first and goal from the 1.5. Barnett under center. It's the tush-push formation. Barnett runs it left side. He is stacked up. Did he get in? The officials haven't signaled. This is going to be awfully close. Honestly, if he doesn't, that might be just as advantageous for Erie as the clock will continue to run. 4:45 and counting, and they will mark him a half a yard short. So the Tigers are back to the line of scrimmage quickly. They're going to go again. And again, Barnett, I think he got in that time. He did. Touchdown for the Tigers with 4:29 remaining on the clock. And Erie takes a 2-possession lead. No, still one possession.
Gotta
it's
kick the
8-point game.
This is a very important extra point for the Tigers.
Our producer saying that Sweeney play should have been called a touchdown, but that actually works in Erie's favor as it melts down the clock. So this is a huge extra point. Ronan Ward, the holder, the snap good, the hold good, the kick is up, and it is good, and it's a 2-possession game for Erie with 4:28 remaining. They lead it 24-16 here in Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, 25-16, and that was an incredible scoring drive for the Tigers. Looked shaky there for a couple seconds, but that is incredibly important because Montrose has to engineer 2 scoring drives in 4.5 minutes.
If you are Erie, the only thing you're concerned about, you can't give up the big play.
You know, a couple of years ago, 2 scoring drives in 4.5 minutes happened, so I'm still holding my breath here.
Yeah, this game there's still a bunch of time in this game.
Plenty of time. Montrose has 2 timeouts remaining. And Tigers will try and send this one deep with Carson Hageman. Don't be surprised if you see if this one's fielded a little reverse, just the way the back players for Montrose are looking at each other. Carson will send this one. This is going to be receivable, taken at the 4. No, they'll just form the little wedge, and good coverage that time by the Tigers. It was Preston Terranova that made the tackle in open space at the 22 is where they will start the drive. In fact, they'll actually mark them all the way up to about the 24-yard line. And with 4:22 left, Montrose has it down 9.
So Tigers have to force Montrose into short yard gains, and we might see an unusual air attack from Montrose here to just try to preserve as much clock as possible.
Wonder if the Tigers are alert for that hook and ladder. Barnett signaling. 4:22 left. Wareham under center. Now everyone motioning here for Montrose. Wareham sends another man in motion. That's Killen all the way out to the far side. Flat play action. He's looking deep, wide open in the post, and it's caught down to the 40. Barnett trying to come from behind, and he's going to lose his man, and then he tries to punch the ball. It's down to the 1. That's 2 horrendous plays. First from Preston, deep is the deepest. Second from Blake, trying to punch the ball out. That could have been 30 yards from the end zone. Instead, it is a 75-yard pass from Wareham to Trujillo. Now it's first and goal on the 1.
I don't know what Barnett was thinking there. Just make a tackle. You're up 2 scores.
4 minutes left. Montrose has it under center. Easy for them. They're going to hand it off to Griffin, and he will walk into the end zone. That's actually Womack, who walks in for the 1-yard touchdown with 3:51 left. And actually, was that a stoppage before the play? They called a touchdown, but the refs are acting like that never happened.
Maybe that play didn't run. Ball was dead. They called it dead before anything because it's still.
But they moved the ball to the middle between the hashes. So is this for 2 or is this a touchdown? We are really confused here. There's the snap. They're going to pass it. That one is well short. In fact, a tackle back at the 6-yard line. And that makes it a 3-point game. And so it was a touchdown. That's what they called it. So a touchdown, but the 2-point conversion is no good. And that makes it a 25-22 game. And if you're Erie, you almost gave up an onside kick last time. And just horrible. That's the one thing you can't do is give up a big play, and the Tigers' pass defense totally collapsed.
Yeah, that was what almost killed him in the regular season game against Montrose. And that was just really poor defending by Preston Terranova and then by Blake Barnett. And Montrose all of a sudden has life.
Yeah, both guys kind of going for the home run play instead of make the assured play. Two of the key clutch guys in the secondary. You just don't expect that. But there's still plenty of time left really for both teams here to try and make the big plays down the stretch here. Still 2 timeouts for Montrose. They don't have to onside kick this. They have 2 timeouts. There's 3:51 left. That was a touchdown in the blink of an eye from Montrose.
Yeah, 31-second drive.
So here comes the onside kick, the hop, and nice hands that time from the Tigers. And that is, I believe, Wyatt Walston on the kick recovery. And now a flag coming in from the ref behind the play. And I don't know if this is going to be on Erie or there's one Montrose side or one Montrose guy.
What in the world?
What is this call?
Unsportsmanlike on Erie.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct on Erie. So that's going to back them up 15 yards. With 3:50 left and 2 timeouts, if you're Erie, you have to get first downs. It's not so much even just have the clock run. It's you got to get a first down.
So Montrose really has to get a stop here. 3 and out.
So an important couple of plays for the Tigers.
Ball spot at the 34. Barnett's going to run read, gives it to Luss, who jumps over a pile of defenders and runs hard for about 3.5 yards. And a timeout called by Montrose. So that'll make it 3:40 remaining in this contest. It'll be 2nd and 7, a 3-point game. Man, that 2-point conversion stopped looming large. I'm almost surprised if you're Montrose, do you not have an extra point kicker that could make it a 2-point game with an extra point? It also makes you question, do they even have a field goal in their pocket, or is it purely they have to go for a touchdown should they get the ball back? Nervy times here. A timeout on the field. You've seen a lot of Gavin Luss today. Tigers 117 yards on the ground, 75 from Luss, 36 from Barnett. Tigers have been efficient through the air, and Barnett, I think he's a little bit gimpy. He just has not had that usual Blake Barnett explosion that we see. So 2nd and 7. Barnett in the shotgun here. Scans the defense. 2 by 2 are the wideouts with the ball spotted at the 37-yard line. They got to get to the 44 for a first down. 3:44 remaining. Barnett will drop back to pass. Doesn't like what he has. Now he's going to roll it. He has room to the near side. If he tucks and runs, he will tuck and run. And you can see Barnett is just too ginger, and then he goes out of bounds. No, they will call him short as he tried to stay in bounds. So they'll give him forward progress after about a 5-yard pickup for Barnett.
This is an important 3rd down for the Tigers.
So 3rd and 2, 3:14 on the clock. Barnett with trips to the far side. He is sucking some wind out there, is Blake. Empty backfield. Kogel the tight end. Under 3 minutes now. 4 on the play clock. Barnett, 1 on the play clock, and it's going to be a delay. Why didn't they call a timeout? What was Erie doing? They have managed the clock in this game really poorly.
Oh, no, that is just an awful miscue from the Tigers. What are they doing on that? Because now it goes from third and very manageable to third and long.
3rd and 2 to 3rd and 7. That was just a brain fart.
And they had a great look on that play, too. Trips and man coverage. No high safety.
All right, Barnett in shotgun here. 2:50 remaining on the clock. Barnett's going to take it. He's going to roll to his right, looks downfield, fires the speed out. Oh, it's a great catch by Alex Sweeney. He had to high point that fingertip grab at the 50-yard line. It was a high throw, and Sweeney went up and said, "Not today," and a 13-yard pickup there from Barnett to Sweeney.
Man, that is so important for the Tigers. Now they can burn off even more clock.
1 timeout left for Montrose. It's 1st and 10. 2:30 remaining on the clock.
Oh, I love you, Alex.
Tigers, 9 seconds left on the play clock. They're going to run this one all the way down. Barnett peeks, takes the snap with 3 left, runs read, gives it to Luss, runs into the back of his own teammate, and he will get a yard, and that's it. And Montrose will take their last timeout of the game with 2:09 remaining, and we are going to stick right here. And what a series of events. First of all, the Tigers had 3rd and 2, and they let the play clock run out and took a delay, and they had – well, they still have 2 timeouts. They could have called a timeout, saved those yards. You know, usually timeouts are more important than yards, but not in that situation. And then you have Blake, who rolled out to the near or far side, threw it high, and Alex Sweeney with the catch of the year grabs it by his fingernails and pulls it in for the first down. And that was unusual.
Yeah, so now we're at the point in the game where if the Tigers pick up a first down, it's over.
So if you're Erie, you can burn, a minute 20 of clock without Montrose taking a timeout. So I think you're going to see a heavy diet of run plays here from Erie. Tigers are set up here. 1st and 10, Sweeney will motion. Barnett and a penalty on some motion. I'm not sure what they're calling there. So that's going to back him up, 2nd and 14.
And penalties all of a sudden are killing the Tigers.
2:07, and they will have to reset the game clock here. Yeah, the 2 minutes and 9 seconds is 2 minutes, or 2 seconds rather, trickled off the clock. So they reset that to 2:09. 3-point lead for Erie, 25-22, 2:09 remaining. Barnett, he's going to give it to Luss. Stutters in the hole. Luss breaks it to the outside. He's got first down yardage and more. Now it's just hold on to the football, and he does as he's wrestled to the turf at the 30-yard line. A huge gain for Gavin Lusk of about 24 yards, and the Tigers can just kneel this one out.
Oh, my goodness.
What a game.
Yeah, this was Montrose versus Erie in the semifinals. Always delivers.
Oh, good. So 1st and 10 for the Tigers at the Montrose 30. The clock continuing to melt here. 10 left on the play clock. 1:38 right now on the game clock. And Erie, I don't think you should run it. You should just kneel it. Barnett will cover it up, covers with 2 hands. He will run it forward. He will gain 4 yards. That certainly milks some clock. But let's see.
Yeah, it's over now. There's a minute 4. There's minute 20. And 2 40-second game clock or play clocks.
Yeah, the Tiger coaching staff feeling it. They're coming to the sideline. They're pumping up their fans. The Tigers are on the precipice of knocking off Montrose for the 2nd time here in Tiger Stadium in the semifinal. An exciting game. 15 left on the play clock here. Barnett is pumping his hands up and down. In fact, Montrose defenders are already hugging each other. 5, and they're snap it with 5. And, man, an Erie lineman just got destroyed. They snapped that a hair too early. It doesn't matter because there's not enough time. In fact, Erie could go up and snap it right now. No timeouts left. 34 on the clock. There's 27 on the game clock. They just need one more kneel down, and this is all over. And there's the kneel down, and that'll do it. Time will run out. Not enough time left, and the Tigers will go back to the state championship as they knock off Montrose 25-22, and the fans are going wild.
Yeah, this game was definitely way too close for comfort. Tigers made a bunch of odd mistakes, and Montrose, no handshakes, but the Tigers will get a chance to win their second state title next week.
No handshakes from Montrose. Interesting after they called us classless. That's all I'm going to say. They did it from the broadcast booth, and they refused to line up for the handshake. They just walk directly off the field. So the Tigers now jumping on midfield as they are victorious, and they will head back to the state championship game for the second time in the last 3 seasons. It was a nail-biter here in Tiger Stadium, but at the end of the day, it's all Tigers, 25-22. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and wrap things up here on the Erie Tiger Network.
Are you tired of living your life with constant aches and pains? Worth Chiropractic understands your pain and is here to help you reclaim your life. Dry needling, cupping, adjustments, and rehab are all things we specialize in. If you have a problem, we can find a solution. Worth Chiropractic, helping Erie one patient at a time.
I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo crusties.
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
And a side of ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today. And welcome back in Erie Tiger Network. The Tigers going back to the state championship again, and it looks like for the second time in the last 10 years, it will be against Palmer Ridge, as Palmer Ridge rolling over Broomfield right now, 31-14 in the fourth quarter. And so it will be a rematch of 2016, this time up in the north. It will be up in Fort Collins next week. And can the Tigers do what they've only done one other time in their history? It will be their last time they won was 1997. They went in 2008, they lost. They went in 16 or 17? I think it was 17, and they lost. And they went a couple years ago and they lost. And the Tigers have run up. They're running to the scoreboard as they want to take a picture underneath the scoreboard and capture this moment, kind of like they're cutting down the nets here. But, well, guys, that was a unique game with some unique twists and turns that we didn't quite expect. You should expect it when you play Montrose. It's happened just about every time that we've locked up horns. And this one for Erie, they come out victorious for the third time in the 4 big matchups in the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, this was a weird one. Tigers' run offense was abnormally not great today. That was almost cost them the game, not being able to get yards between the tackles. I mean, everything almost cost them the game. They only won by 3 points today, but the passing offense was really, really strong today. Montrose really didn't have an answer for most of the Tigers' pass routes. And on the other side of the ball, Montrose, they executed their game plan really well. It was just a couple drives to start the game that they couldn't quite score on that made the difference.
Yeah, and Blake Barnett ends up having a rushing touchdown. He also goes 14 of 16 through the air for 180 yards. And I think you almost give the player of the game to Alex Sweeney. He had the biggest catch in the biggest moment. In fact, he had 2 big catches in big moments. He was outstanding today for the Tigers. It seemed like all 4 of his catches were big time, 48 yards for Alex Sweeney. And so the Tigers will go on to play Palmer Ridge in the state championship. At least we think. That's not over yet, but it looks like that one is kind of coming near its conclusion. This is going to be the last football video-only broadcast, or video and audio broadcast of the year. We will be audio only out at Canvas Stadium next week. We'll try and have a pregame show for you. We'll get all the students on board to create some content over the course of the next week in class to put together something special for you leading up to that state championship game. Can the Tigers avenge the loss of, what was that, 6 years ago now, with Noah Roper, who certainly will have his eye on the scoreboard. Of course, he's playing in some big games of his own for the Colorado School of Mines, as the Tigers got blown out against Palmer Ridge, and they're hoping to return that favor here in 2023. Hugs all around for the Tiger players and fans and families, and so what a day it was. What a wild one. Any final thoughts, gents?
Just a great, I mean, obviously any game that you play against Montrose, expect the unexpected, and I didn't even expect that much today. It was an insane game, to say the least. Great, I mean, hats off to Montrose, first of all. Great season that they've had. Their line played really well today. That almost cost Erie the game, was the rushing yards and the interior line play. But at the end of the day, Blake Barnett, the passing attack, just too strong.
Yeah, Blake Barnett didn't quite have his legs under him today, but he was surgical through the air. 25-22. Dylan, you're a senior. This is the last time on a normal broadcast here in Tiger Stadium for a football game that you're on with us. Any final thoughts from you?
I don't know. I joined this program as a sophomore. I really wish I had done this as a freshman, because this is one of the more fun things that I've ever done in my life. Bird, you put together a great program. You do some great things, and hopefully this fall season can end with a Tiger State Championship. That would be the icing on the cake.
Well, we're glad we could deliver you this broadcast here in a moment's notice today. For John, Maisie, Jack, Austin, and Chad, as well as Ian and Dylan, I'm Brandon. Thank you so much for joining us. One more time, the Tigers going back to the state championship after a 25-22 victory over Montrose. For everyone across the Erie Tiger Network, I'm Brandon Bird. Until next time, Tiger fans.